I'll tell you later.
Okay. Welcome to another episode of Dungeons and Dragons: Tomb of Annihilation.
Was that a good donut, Vallen? Did you have a nice donut?
It's tasty. I think somebody's a bit jealous. So yeah, this is also 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons, by the way.
It's not just Vallen eating donuts. I mean, I could go get more.
I'll wait. All right, so let's start off with introductions, and then we'll do a recap. Down at the bottom right corner of the screen, you'll see Kashcah, the Dungeon Master, Games Master Extraordinaire.
Hello.
She's going to be the one responsible for killing all of us, or at the very least, giving us a very hard time. Then up and around the corner, ignore Vorn. Vorn is no longer an NPC that we are currently able to obtain until we return, but it was an NPC at one point. But next to Vorn is Rorax.
Hello. I'm the one that rudely interrupted the intro. And I am also Rorax. And I have a YouTuber channel over at RoraxPlays on the YouTubes. And sometimes I stream on here, very rarely. But I am also playing Aelia, the Centaur Cleric.
Yup. And you can find her information on both of those accounts down below in Twitch or down in the description if on YouTube, as well as Nerevar's, who is next in line.
Yeah, that's me. I'm playing as Tobias Salazar, who is a Spacial sorcerer, and he's commanding his idol on Arokh Ironscale. Yeah, and also I happen to have a Twitch channel.
Which he does wonderful creations, as well as fun playthroughs. So, next to Nerevar, we have Kellisto.
I am Kellisto of the Bear God Clan, and I play a half-elf druid.
And next to her, we've got, currently without camera today, Lyssa.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, I am sorry. I was having some issues this morning.
Thus why the lack of camera. But please.
Yeah, that too. That's right now the least of my problems. I am playing Valia Bonesmasher. I'm a Lizardfolk Barbarian, and I have a cute little axe-beak companion
named Flippy, just in case, because I think she might have cut out a little bit. Anyway, moving on from her, got myself. I'm Vallen. I will be playing Ulfgar Holderheck, a Dwarven bard of the Emerald Enclave. And our overall objective is to destroy and or stop the soulmonger from currently slowly killing off people that have once died and since were resurrected properly, not turned into undead. And in the process of trying to get there, we've gone through countless adventures. Please feel free to check out the playlist and you can enjoy them. But otherwise, we are currently down here on the screen. I'm going to click, I think. There we go. At Hrackhammer, which once a bustling dwarven city, now is more of an abandoned dwarven mine. Or ironworks of some sort. Forge, if you will. And our party ran into some of its previous inhabitants on their way back to reclaiming it for themselves. The only part was there was only a few of them, 4 in total, and the old forge had been reclaimed, or had been claimed as a living area by some fire newts, if I'm not mistaken. Kashcah?
That is correct.
Yes, and we've also been fighting countless undead hordes along the way, and feeding helpless innocent victims to those who would use them for study. So, thinking of Valindra there. So anyway, I think that kind of sums it up a little bit. Kashcah, you want to get into more detail and take over?
Sure. So yeah, you met up with, or you were kind of discovered by a small band, 4 albino dwarves. They were led by kind of a very matter-of-fact, blunt-talking spokesperson. Her name was City Vinecutter. and she kind of managed to persuade you guys to take up her plight and help clear out the fire newts from the forge so that they could retake their kind of birthright, is how she described it, I believe. So what you've done, because it is coming kind of towards the end of the day, is Sithi has led you up to kind of a small kind of outcropping cave kind of thing, where she and her companions have been taking shelter recently. So I knew when you approach this area, it's very rudimentary, obviously. They just have some basic camp gear. They were clearly kind of expecting to be able to move into the forge, so what they brought with them is very temporary. They've got some bedrolls kind of spread out and a little campfire going. And Sithi does point out to you as you reach kind of an altitude and high enough to be able to see. She does point out to you the entrance to Hrackhammer. And you can see it's over on the side of kind of the mountains. You saw as well the road that is kind of an ancient dwarven road that was leading up into the mountains. And you can see this road now. You can see the path of the road much more clearly. And it does lead kind of up to this entrance. And the entrance, you reckon it's about a 10-foot tall arched doorway. And it's beneath a massive relief carving of crossed hammer and tongs. And two big iron doors are fitted into the entrance. But you can see that one of those doors appears to be kind of lying on the ground instead of on its hinges.
Oh.
And they both, you're still at a little distance away, but they both look in a fairly sorry state. So some major disrepair going on. And you can also see kind of outside the forge, there are the foundations of some buildings. Nothing left of the rest of the structure of them, but you can kind of see like the footprints of them, where buildings would have, stood outside of this forge. And there's clearly a roadway that snakes away from this entrance down into the valley. But you do lose sight of this roadway underneath a fairly heavy layer of ash that Sithi has explained came from the volcano back behind Hrackhammer. So Sithi encourages you to make yourself at home in their little kind of outcropping, little cave, and and suggests that if you need to, she's kind of ready to go now, but she senses that you would rather wait. So
I think.
Can I just make a history check, and I'm going to have a self-imposed bad dice on this.
Disadvantage. Okay.
Thank you. For how old, like, the crumbled foundations are. And the reason I'm taking that disadvantage is because I'm more familiar with planes than civilization.
Okay. Yeah, go for it. So you think that you would guess that those buildings they look like it's probably 100 years or so of decay that has brought them to this point.
Aelia turns to our host and says, "Your people haven't been here in a while."
She nods in agreement. She says, "It was not our intent to leave it for so long. But
How many generations have gone without their forge?
she says, well, my grandfather was here. She says, she says, I would say no more than that.
Aelia nods.
She says, my grandfather shared with me the layout of the forge. She says, so I'm very familiar with how it functions inside and where the forge is and the different rooms within there.
So
Aelia nods. We are well prepared then.
So Ulfgar would, make himself useful around camp as best he could, cleaning up this, straightening that, making some food, whatever. Because I believe that we met them like most of the way through the day. We're thinking, he mentioned how we might, mount an attack at dawn. We get up, we go in, we take them out. But he does. I forget how many we were speculating there was, but I think it was somewhere between 6 and 10. And I believe since she's familiar with the layout, we were hoping that she could share with us some information about what we might expect, where she thinks they might have set up their main area that they're staying at, so that we wouldn't be surprised upon going in. Obviously, there's the doors, but we don't know anything beyond that.
Yeah, so she'll describe, she says, well, mostly the fire newts stay in the smelter room. She says this is where we've seen them most of the time. She says there might be some further into the forge itself, but I think most of them are there. And she kind of draws out a bit of a map that shows kind of a tunnel going down from the opening. And she draws like this big crack that crosses the tunnel's path and says, this is what powers the forge. She says, this is the lava from the volcano. So she says, she draws a bridge on there. And then shortly, a small tunnel kind of leading from that to the smelter. And then several that's the big room, and then several rooms off of there, like 3 main rooms and like a few minor rooms off of that. So she says most of them are in the smelter here, and she's drawing this with a bit of a twiggy stick in the kind of dirt of the cave floor, and she's jabbing her stick at the big room. And most of them are in this cave here. She says, but sometimes they're back here as well, and she points to this other room that's kind of off the side of the smelter room. And then she draws another kind of tunnel coming off of it, and she says this leads down to the mines. She says that's where we'll have to go next.
So there's more newts in the mines?
She says, probably.
I recommend we try to lure out as many as we can. Therefore, as I imagine, they'll have the ability to see best in darkness. I can't remember if fire newts can see in the dark, but I would presume that they at least give off their own light, if not. Bringing them outside, we would be familiar with the terrain there, and we could perhaps just attack upon luring them out. I could create an illusion, perhaps.
She says the problem with fighting them out here is that they have friends down in the valley.
I wonder if they're scared of water. Oh wait, we don't have our infinite pot of water anymore now, do we?
She says, I don't think they can see in the dark, but it's not dark in there. She says, the lava provides plenty of light.
Right.
And she
Well,
points to like the big smelter room. She says, here, she says, this room, you don't need a torch in this room.
I say we rest up and let's head in and start killing some fire newts.
Just one moment. How many do you think are in the smelter?
She says, a small group.
Waiting for it to be like, no more than 2.
I know. That was on the tip of my tongue. And then I was like, no, she's not boo-boo.
Boo-boo. I guess
just a few you can't handle. It's all right.
Ulfgar say, I guess the only thing I'd have a worry about is that them being fire newts, they tend not to worry about things like fire and lava, and they would have access to that in there, whereas we wouldn't. Or rather, it could be used against us. But otherwise, I agree.
Can't Arokh? Doesn't he have like a frost?
No.
Oh.
It's acid, right?
Yeah. It's either fire or acid.
I just look at him and shake my head. Well, there goes that plan. Oh wait, we got Frost Boy over here, and I just wanted our.
All right.
Artist kind of like gives you a dark look when you mention like frost stuff. He, as soon as you kind of say that, he kind of like shoots you with this dark glare.
I just shrugged my shoulders, like I'm just trying to think of things, man.
Well, Cynthia offers. She says, in here or in there, out here, the fire newts bring the fire with them. It's kind of in the name, you know. Fire newts.
It makes them sound all bad. They bring the fire.
You're so badass.
Oh yeah. So I have like Thunderstruck from AC/DC playing in the back of my head when they walk out. It's like.
So Ulfgar says, all right then, whether we go in or out, who's staying here? And he looks over at Flippy.
I think he should be okay in there. I mean, you know, fire newts. Flippy, flammable bird. I think he's all right.
All right then.
And if not, we'll have an early lunch.
I just grabbed Flippy's head. I was like, she didn't mean it.
Hands over his ears. Don't listen, Flippy.
All right. So I don't have anything really spectacular going on here.
And with a wicked smile, she trots off into the back of the cave.
Is it actually like a small cave that they're in?
Yeah. It's like it's kind of like an overhang, right? And there's a little like outcropping, and it's kind of hollowed out. It seems like a natural cave, but there's a kind of hollowed area behind this where they've been taking shelter.
All right. So then, what I could do is I could set up the hut at the entrance, so that everybody else that couldn't fit in the hut could just go in the back of the cave. And that way it would kind of like plug it up a bit. And I could make it look kind of, rock colored or whatever.
Yeah.
For the evening.
Yep, you could certainly do that.
And of course I'd explain to her what I would be doing before doing it, making sure that she was okay with it. That she wasn't going to freak out when I popped this like dome that you can't see when you're in it, but you can see when you're out of it.
She takes great interest, actually. And just kind of is watching you casting, and yeah.
Well, you're welcome to take my spot, Sibby. I prefer natural climes, and this is my first opportunity to sleep outside the bubble.
Well, whatever you desire.
Okay. So yeah, you can set the hut up, and the rest of the dwarves are a little kind of suspicious. They're not quite as trusting, or they don't, trust you quite as much as Scythie does. But Scythie will kind of take a spot in the hut if it's offered. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Sure. So this is one of the few times that Arokh would be offered the option of taking shelter in the back of the cave, being protected, or outside as watch like he tends to be all the time.
Okay. Are you going to
5 arrows.
Are you going to set up any kind of watch, or are you?
Yeah, I'll stand on watch with Arokh. So
Okay.
Usually Ulfgar takes last watch, so he would probably try settling in straight away.
Okay.
I guess it would be good to know if they're suddenly going to attack us. You've been spotted.
Well, so the hut will offer you a very good kind of hiding place. Scythie is well impressed when she looks at it from the outside, and is thinks she should stick around and do this all the time. So the night, is there anything anybody wants to do kind of during their watch or during the night, or? There isn't too much to hunt around here, unfortunately. It's a little, the vegetation is very sparse. So yeah, in order to get kind of into anywhere that you could really kind of hunt and feel, not like you were completely exposed, you'd have to travel kind of back towards the jungle, which is several hours travel away.
I think we hunted before we came there, if I can remember correctly, because of that.
We should
Because it's all
still
rock.
also have some bat rations.
Yes, should have lots of bat rash.
Okay, so the night passes without any kind of incident. For those who are keeping watch, you do see kind of from time to time a kind of glow of fire being produced in the distance down the valley, but it's way too far away to really make out what is producing it. It's just this occasional kind of burst of flame in the distance. So that's probably the most exciting thing that you see. You don't actually see any fire newts coming and going from the forge. The forge entrance remains very quiet, almost eerily so.
Okay.
And at the first crack of dawn, Scythie and her companions will be up and armed and ready to rock and roll there. She's like, let's go.
All right. And
she's so eager.
Yeah, Ulfgar, dropped the dome. Obviously, it'd run out. And he'd say one last word. Don't forget, those of you may have some magical assistance that you have on you that may also be helpful. He says, let's go. Should we have somebody sneak in front just to give an idea to the others, or shall we just all charge in? He's looking to Scythie.
Scythie says, well, we should try and get the try and maintain the element of surprise, she says.
Says, right. So, there's what? Her 4. Then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of us. So there's 13 people. Let's all move stealthily along the rock face to the entrance. He looks over to Kellisto and says, "Do you have that quieting magic on you still going?"
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so Scythie will lead you kind of on she's got this path kind of picked out already, along the kind of face of the mountain. It's not like super steep, so she's got this little path kind of in between the rocky kind of outcroppings and more jagged areas of the mountain. And it just kind of traces its way along the same kind of altitude that you're at, and you end up in front of these massive doors. And yeah, you can see that. Oh, are you doing that now? Or
The pass without a trace?
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because it's up to 1 hour.
Okay. I mean, it's probably going to take you like half an hour or so to get over there.
Then I'll wait till we get to the door.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you're walking with these dwarves for a while. Scythie's leading the way, and actually the other 3 dwarves tend to hang back, and you notice they're kind of keeping an eye on the valley below. They seem to be kind of, watching, making sure that you're not attacked from behind.
Ulfgar would actually probably ask Scythie, just like really quietly, say, how many tend to live down there? And he kind of mentions where they keep on, keeping an eye on.
She says, some number. She says, I don't know. She says, sometimes we see them riding on those giant striders, but I don't know how many are there.
Right, the striders. I forgot about those. All of us want new pets. Okay.
Who are you calling a pet?
Yeah, we get Arokh, a strider he could ride.
So you get up to the entrance, and yeah, the one door is completely off its hinges, and they're definitely kind of these big iron doors, and it's quite rusted. And the other one is now you're up close to it, you can see is also quite rusted and is kind of sagging badly on its hinges as well, and looks as if you just kind of gave it a bit of a push, it would just collapse as well. And yeah, you do see as well that again the several buildings that once stood outside the fort, but they've all been reduced to their foundations at this point.
Okay.
So beyond the doors is a tunnel that starts off as kind of 10 feet tall, 10 feet wide, but does appear to be narrowing as it goes down.
Sword out.
So Scythie says, here's the part where we should be stealthy.
Okay.
Okay.
And Ulfgar says, no light. Those that can't see in the dark, put your hand on the shoulder of someone that can and stand behind them.
Okay, and let me take you over to the map of Hrackhammer. Very exciting. Oop. Okay, so I should have all your tokens in here, although you might not be able to see much. So Sithy will kind of lead the way. So she moves up here,
All right,
and
so
then
I see myself, but that's all I see.
okay. Oh, you don't. Here, if I move you there, can you see?
Ah, yes.
I also just see myself.
So what's your? And so it's the tunnel is narrowing down to this 5-foot wide passage, and there are steps leading downwards.
Okay.
So what's your order of of marching?
Yeah, actually, I only see a black screen.
Yes, I only see my token in a black screen.
Yeah, you'll be able to kind of
Okay.
once I understand like who's going after Scythian, etc., then I'll move your tokens into
I'll
the
be in the middle because I have to create like a, there's like a radius.
Well, I'm wondering at this point, does anybody actually have dark vision besides me?
Me.
Okay. So then I would have probably followed behind Scythy, but somebody who can't see probably should be following behind her so that they have a guide. Maybe Lyssa or Valia, maybe?
Yeah, I'll go behind her.
And then myself, and then Tobias.
Yeah, that would be neat.
So
If
where
I have a guide.
is Flippy in the mix? Is Flippy right behind you?
He's gonna be towards the back.
Okay. All right. So then, Ulfgar, you're next. Is that what
Yeah.
you said?
And then I was thinking Tobias, and then maybe Kellisto and Aelia. Just a suggestion. So
Yeah, sure.
And where is Arokh in this mix?
Next to Tobias.
Okay. All right.
You
Right,
could be on. You could be on his back, maybe.
What's that?
You could be on his back while you're going through the small passageway.
You'd have to
Yeah,
kind of duck a little bit, but theoretically.
Yeah, I don't think that will be enough room to
Yeah.
do so.
Fair enough.
Okay. And as you proceed down the tunnel, there is a glow. This red glow kind of emanates from the space in front of you. And there's kind of a wall of heat as well. So this is kind of, you can feel the heat rising the further you go down these steps, and see this glow up ahead.
All right.
Okay, so Scythy kind of moves forward and hides kind of over here. And at this point, could everybody make a stealth check, please?
Yay! Stealth
Yay.
check. And I will not be giving people inspiration for this because that's a very noisy thing to do. Where is
It's not gonna matter anyway.
All right, there we go. Incoming stealth check. It's just being very slow.
Roll 20. Work.
Yeah, roll 20 is being very slow with me. Here we go.
Okay, I'm fixing to expose this all.
Well, you get a plus 10.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So do you want to? So Scythy's kind of beckoning you forward out of this tunnel.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just move up behind.
Tobias, are you
Yep,
heading?
just wait.
What? I get a stealth check.
Yep, I've got your stealth check.
Yeah.
Kind of push him a little bit to get him to move up through. Yeah, and the others.
Kellisto's giving you a bit of a push.
Hey, watch it.
Push on the rump.
Mm.
Is it a push or is it more of a grab?
Push.
Okay, so I'm moving forward.
Okay. Alright, so you're gonna kind of move up behind Ulfgar, I guess. And Arokh is behind you. Okay. So then... And then Aelia. Ooh.
It's weird that, I mean, I see lava ahead, but it doesn't give off light, That is kind of a weird thing to work with.
Let me see what you see. Hang on. Yeah, that is weird. Okay. So you do, when you get to the bottom of the steps, you encounter, tracks, like rail tracks for carts.
Mm-hmm.
So City's like, she points out, the tracks kind of leading off to the west or to your left, and says, "Those lead down to the mines." And this cavern of molten magma bubbles and flames before you. The cavern walls are lined with metal gantries and cranes that support immense crucibles of scorched clay. Huge chains stretch across the cavern, apparently to shuttle multi-ton buckets of ore across the lava. The heat takes your breath away and brings water to your eyes and bakes your skin. From where you stand, the only obvious way across is a narrow stone trestle built for rail carts. And the sound of rhythmic hammering comes from somewhere beyond the magma rift.
Okay.
So Scythia is pointing in this direction, saying, "We should cross here." And there is this kind of constant galooping noise, from the magma bubbling below. And there's this like just wave of heat in the air.
I just kind of nod my head yes.
Like, that looks really hot.
She says, "Yes."
Ulfgar looks over at Valia and says, "Well, take heart in the fact that I can make you slowly fall into it instead of directly fall into it."
I'm just imagining that guy from Volcano.
I kind of whisper, I'm like, do newts use hammers?
Kitty nods her head. Yes.
Okay.
This is what you hear.
Well, I suggest we keep going because it's not getting any cooler standing here. I'm just like rubbing my scales.
Yeah. So Scythia will start. She kind of goes out to the edge of the bridge and looks, and then scuttles across.
Oh, okay, I guess I'll do the same.
It's a weird barrier thing here, but
What's that?
there's a weird barrier thing that I'm standing on that seems to be blocking light, but
Sorry.
shows weird cavern areas as well. So anyway.
So she's gonna go. She's gonna head on forward.
After you,
follows
Tobias.
Ew.
Okay.
What was that?
I said after you, Tobias. Tobias hasn't moved his token.
Because I don't have my token on my screen.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah, really. I just see a black screen.
Is it at the bottom middle?
Okay. Oh, now I'm seeing.
Yeah, it's because there's no light for you to actually see yet, so all it is just your token on a black field.
Okay. All right, here I can move you and Arokh up behind Ulfgar. If that's...
Okay. Wait. Okay.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah. I just refreshed my page.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going right behind Ulfgar. Right.
So yeah, you see all these cranes and machinery. There's clearly kind of this would have been used for transportation of ore into the smelter, and it's in a lot better repair than the doors were. So it does look like it's still being used to some extent. So Sithi's gonna kind of keep going, and she's gonna go around the corner.
So
She's gonna
can
stop.
anybody see the lava that normally can't see in the dark?
Yeah.
Okay, you can. Cool.
Yeah, it's like everything has this bathe of orange light over it. From the lava and molten rock below. And as you approach where City is kind of come to a stop, the hammering is getting louder up ahead.
Yeah, I can't see anything where we are now.
Yeah, it's like there's a sliver across my screen cutting view.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Sorry. Here, let me move you up behind City. Dynamic lighting. Love you and hate you at the same time.
Did Arthas and Dragon Breath come with us?
They are at the back, yeah.
Whoa. Alright, I'm in the middle of a black space.
Really?
Yep. Are there like little doorway blockages or something on the dynamic lighting page?
Oh, it looks alright on the dynamic lighting page. Alright. I think maybe if I move you... Is that better?
Nope. I could refresh. Maybe it's me. I will do it. Do want to refresh.
Nope, that's not any better. Okay.
Load
I don't
up.
think it's you. I think it's the dynamic lighting is a bit foobar.
Okay. Well, I'm suddenly stricken blind for a moment.
Sorry. But to describe it, I mean, the tracks lead round this curve of a tunnel, right? And City is stopped, and you can see just beyond City is the end of the tracks. And then there's an opening, a large kind of opening to the right of the end of this tunnel. And some more tracks leading completely not connected to the ones that you're currently following, but another set of kind of rail tracks leading further ahead into the space to the right. And you can kind of recognize from the crude map that City drew you back in the cave that you would expect the opening to the right to be the big smelter room. And there's kind of hammering. It still seems a bit further away than that room to the right, but it is closer now.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So, City, she's got a couple of hand axes, one in each hand, and she's just looking, waiting for everybody to kind of group up behind her, and then she is looking and says very quietly to you, Valia. Once everybody's grouped up, she says very quietly, "Ready?" as a question.
I get my javelin out. I'm like, "Yep, let's go."
Oh, hey, my screen is reloading finally. And it didn't help, but still.
Roll 20 is early to celebrate the new year. Come on, get your shit together.
I think it's this map, honestly, as much as I
All right,
wanted to love this map.
Ulfgar nods his head and gets the battle frenzy smile on his face again.
Okay. So Sithy rushes forward out of this kind of tunnel, and you hear some kind of shouts of surprise. And actually, let me check. Hang on.
They look like lava sock puppets.
I can't see
What's going on up there, Tobias?
Yeah.
No clue.
I'll just move it up. I just want to check. Valia, you recognize the cries, the shouts of surprise as being in Draconic. I'm just going to move everybody up here so that you can all...
Yes, please, and thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, hey, there is a light barrier.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's...
I can see things a little better.
I can see. I
They
can
are
fight.
Lava sock puppets. That's cute.
I'm going to move you. Aelia, sorry. Apologies if I put you
Oh,
on
no,
the
that's
spot.
alright. I was just playing with the dynamic light.
And yeah, Artis and Dragonbait are kind of in the back here as well. So yeah, so this is what you see before you, and I'm gonna give you a surprise round on these folks because with your pass without a trace, you are able to go without detection. But
Nice.
I'm gonna roll initiative. Oh, and they got a horrible initiative anyway.
That's awesome.
So yeah, if you want to roll initiative.
Can I use my luck on initiative versus?
Oh, I don't remember.
Nope, attack, ability, or saving throw. Never mind.
Gotcha. Okay. The sock puppets.
Wow, it got really windy outside all of a sudden.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Same here. Same here in Poland.
You're just across the water a little bit from me, so.
I have no idea how we adapt the UK weather. No clue.
Well, considering the coast that I'm on, I think you send it my way. I got nothing.
Alright, there's Dragonbait as well. Okay. Is that everybody?
Is
I think that's everybody.
Flippy in there?
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep Flippy on Valia's turn, actually. Sorry.
Okay, that's fine.
Is that alright? Because then you can just decide like if he's gonna do anything or not.
Yeah, he'll just probably hang back for the most part.
Okay.
Oh, I see you've got one too many on here. Those salamanders, I think you need to take those off.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So does this mean we get like 2 full turns before they get to go? Holy crap.
Yeah, but I mean, you guys are gonna get a turn before
Okay.
yeah, they get to go. So
Ooh.
Aelia, what you
Well,
doing?
since they
that
saw
my
us
cue?
and they're surprised, can I say something before, or do I need to wait for my turn?
wait, say again?
Since we surprised them, can I say something before my turn, or do I need to wait?
I mean, you can say something at any point, really. I
Yeah.
consider taking kind of a free action.
Since they saw us and they're like, ah, eek, people, I'm gonna be like,
Yeah.
hey, and Draconic, I'm just gonna tell them, leave now or die.
Okay. Yeah, they cry out with they're saying like intruders is what they're shouting in Draconic.
And with that, Aelia charges forward. And I'm actually using my charge move.
Oh, nice.
So my spear is going to do double damage.
This guy was
When
just
you charge in your head, do you hear doo 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 doo?
Yeah, pretty much.
And the room you see before you, I know it's kind of difficult to take it in, but to describe
Oh, nice
what
hit.
you're looking
Oh,
at.
that wasn't right. Sorry. And then 1d8.
So wait, hang on, which one am I looking at?
Both. Well, no, the you want the 5, and that's the damage if it 10.
The 5 does not hit. You do see these little sock puppets are wearing armor actually. So, they do have scale mail on. Oh no, sorry, a chain shirt. They have a chain shirt on.
It must have been the uneven trestles that you were galloping on.
And squeezing past a party of people.
Yeah.
Like you're
How did the-
They have
tiptoeing
chain
over
shirts,
people.
no pants.
But yeah, you do see these 8 fire newts before you, and they are manning this. Some of them are manning this pool of molten iron that's in front of you here. And then you also notice, and it's kind of bubbling away, right? And it's being siphoned off into kind of 6 dwarven-looking machines beside it. But also to your right, directly to your right, you see a pool of what looks like molten silver as well. That's also kind of bubbling away.
You said they're in chain shirts, right?
They are in chain shirts.
No pants?
They are pants free.
Oh god, cover that! You slimy lava sock monsters.
Wait, aren't you naked?
That's beside the point.
They do have weapons at their sides as well. They're not unarmed. So they do have quick glance, it looks like they're carrying scimitars. Okay. So Kellisto, over to you. What would you like to do?
I'm going to move up. And I'm going to use my Thorn Whip on the guy in front of me.
Okay.
Pull him over the bench.
Well,
I imagine my flame sword won't really work very well.
this is kind of a bit of a trestle kind of table as well. So you kind of got this between you at the moment.
Okay.
And this is the same as well. This is like a trestle-y table. And just in case it's not obvious, over here we've got a minecart full of whatever, you're not sure at the moment. And then over here, kind of a longer table with some tools and some ore, some chunks of ore on there. And then, yeah, these 2 kind of minecart tracks lead off to the west.
Okay, I think that's all I can pretty much do.
Okay, so this guy, so your thorn whip wraps around him and drags him into the table, and the table kind of tips over, and he's now kind of in your face a little bit. So let me share. Actually, make them a little, well, maybe less sock puppety. I don't know if this is less or not. This is what these guys look like.
Oh, they're cute.
Oh my goodness.
They've got the big. They have a big bottom lip going on.
Is it me or does it look like
They're so goopy.
the weapons and stuff were like kind of tacked on afterwards? They're cute
Come
though.
on. What do you want?
Photoshop salamander.
Whoa.
Okay, so he is. He takes some damage. Okay. Sithy, is going to run up kind of beside you, Kellisto, and take a couple of swings at this guy as well. Oh yeah. So she's gonna take 2 swings.
Natural 20.
And she does a nice crit on this first one,
She's very determined.
and does the regular attack on the second one. Okay, so she does some damage to this dude. And City looks like, and compared to the salamander, she actually looks like less equipped, if that makes sense.
Well, she's just got some hand axes and like
And
leather armor or
hide
something,
armor.
right? Hide armor.
Yeah. But she is just balls to the wall, running at this dude. She's got a battle cry going on, and yeah, this is her moment, taking back her forge. Okay, Ulfgar.
The battlefield seems to have rotated slightly in a way he does not like. I don't think heat metal's really going to do much good in this case. So, which way did Scythie go? Because I can't see her. I'll move up at least 10 feet.
She ran around to the left.
All right, I see her. And are these here like tall obstructions?
They are actually kind of sunk down in
Oh,
kind
I
of
see.
pit.
Okay,
in
so they're
front.
below.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
There's like the top bits of them kind of stick over, are a little bit higher because it looks like
All right.
yeah, there's some kind of equipment there, but that's handled from the level that you guys are standing on. But most of that machine is down in the pit.
All right. Ulfgar's gonna finish moving up to there. And then he's going to, let's see if I can actually draw the shape. He's gonna do a full-on Fus Roda right on there.
Okay.
And then let's go back here. So let me cast the spell. Do Thunder Wave. And ignore the to hit because it doesn't use that, obviously. It just uses a saving throw. I need to click it in the chat. It is level 3. So,
What's the saving throw again?
Constitution save.
Okay. Thank
15.
you.
Oh, really? So wait, what? Why is it so...
Ooh, first guy made it.
Oh, wow.
They both made it.
That is the worst Fus Roda ever. That was really
So
bad.
they take half damage, right?
Yeah, so that's a total of 9 damage. Minus 1/2 that, so...
Okay.
And they are not pushed.
They look pretty pissed off. The guys kind of, yeah, they're all yelling and, yeah. Okay, then take some damage. That one.
That was level 3.
This
And
one.
with his bonus action, I guess he's going to give Tobias inspiration.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So.
There you go.
Artis is going to. He doesn't want to get in the way.
Oh, crap. And Ulfgar calls out, "There's more!" He can see into the next room. Quite clearly, in fact.
You mean like this one over here, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Basically, he's looking over here, and he says, "There's more."
Okay. All right. Artis is going to he's going to push over here, past the tips table, and stand there, and he's going to try and finish this guy with his dagger. 2 attacks with the dagger, and I think that second one. Let me check. Hi, buddy. The second one still does hit. So 8 and 7. Okay.
And he daggers
Sorry,
lava creatures. Awesome.
So yes, so this one, the 2 jabs from Artis's dagger, and he dies in front of you, Kellisto.
Oh, wow.
Lets out this kind of gurgling, hissing gasp as he falls to the floor. Tobias.
Okay, so I'm stepping forward into the entrance, and I'm going to aim at this one and at the rail tracks. And I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt on him.
Hit.
Hit it.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful.
That will hit.
Level 1. Yeah.
Holy crap. That's a lot of radiant damage.
Yeah, he the guiding. Well, how would you like to describe how it because it just murders this guy, just like he is dead. So would you like to add some flavor to describe how?
He's just going to pop like a balloon.
Okay. It just kind of like his eyes bulge out a little bit weird, and the whole fire newt just kind of seems to inflate impossibly for a moment before just popping and exploding.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Arokh.
Arokh. I think it's in his he's going to charge into the entrance and take this one on the side with tail slap.
So he can't stand there where he's standing because that is a pool of molten silver-looking metal.
More likely in here. Because he can fly, so.
Okay. Yep. That works.
And that will be tail slap.
Oh, did you? Oh, hey, no biting. Did you want to do? You want to do the tail slap from the air? Sorry, is that what you were?
Yeah, I wanted to do the tail slap from the air.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't realize he was in there. Okay. That unfortunately misses though.
Claw as a bonus action.
Sure. That hits. Okay. Okay. So he takes a claw across the chest. It seems to be quite effective. um, Dragonbait is a bit too far away to really do much of anything at the moment. So hey, don't bite me. So he's going to move up next to Artis and kind of he runs up next to him and just kind of draws his sword out and stands like battle ready with it. So Valia.
I guess I'm gonna go here between these two, and I'm going to bonus action rage and hit this one.
Yep, Salamander looks something like that. Okay, let me double check. I don't think that hits. Nope, it does not.
Okay, and then I will try again with my unarmed.
That hits.
A whole 4 points.
So were you, the first attack, was that with your bite?
With my
or your
javelin.
Okay. So kind of, the javelin is glanced off by this guy's chain shirt, but you punch him in the face really good. Is it the one between you and Arokh or between you and Ulfgar?
Between me and Ulfgar.
Okay. All right.
That's it for now.
Okay. So the fire newts are going to go now.
Well, that was just our surprise round.
You know,
Sorry.
yeah, sorry. Yeah, was not such a great call on my part. To have 2 rounds. I think that with the way that the initiative order, the way that panned out was actually kind of a more accurate representation of the circumstance than I expected. So, yeah. Okay, so they are in fact going to go now. So you've managed to kill 2 of them already. I think that's quite enough prize roundage. So this guy, yeah, I know that's fantastic fire nerd.
Rorax, you killed it.
Okay, so the guy's dead. So let's deal with these 2 guys down here first, because they've got nowhere to go. So they are going to they draw their scimitars and they attack. This one is missing anyway. This guy was attacking Arokh. Okay, so he misses. And then the other guy is going to attack you, Valia. Hey, don't eat my cord. Stop it. He's fighting with me. Why isn't that? Okay, yep, so damage 7.
Yeah, he hits me. Just hits me.
Okay. Then these guys are, the rest of the guys are going to kind of move. And Ulfgar, well, actually, I think, no, don't stop eating my cord. Okay, you don't get
For
that.
those that are curious, she has a cat currently around her. It's not
He's
me.
decided today is the day that he's going to eat all my cords. So let's see. I think most of you actually can probably see over into this room here. So you do see some kind of general movement from that room. And let's see. you see kind of some of them rushing out of this room. And making their way to help their friends.
Yeah, suddenly I
Yeah.
feel like our dwarven friend's counting ability is more like Boo-Poo's than originally thought.
Oh well.
And you hear actually the first thing you notice as well is the hammering stops. And you see just a kind of fire newts running around through that opening. You can see it's kind of tough to keep track of like how many there are, but you see them kind of milling around through those rooms back there, and some of them are exiting the door there and heading out to help you. So sorry, I'm just moving around the ones that you can't see as well. Not that there are any that you can't see, of course. Maybe I'm just building suspense. So there were a couple over here, though. I should probably move them first. Would have been the smarter thing to do. So this guy is going to run up here, and he kind of checks on his friend briefly. And then this guy is going to just run all the way up to Dragonbait, screaming in Draconic, "I'm gonna kill you!" As he attacks Dragonbait. And I think he's gonna fail miserably.
These guys are
I
pretty
think the
speedy.
second one might get him, actually. Oh, yeah, the second one does just get him. Okay, so Dragonbait takes 4 damage.
These guys are pretty speedy.
Well, some of them were running, and some of them have
Mhm.
bits and bobs. Anyway, okay, so loads of fire new movement. One of them runs up and attacks Dragonbait, and 2 of them attempt to defend themselves from the intruders. Aelia, the one in front of you, is just kind of lashed out at Valia.
I'm going to leave that one to those 2. Although I think he gets an attack of opportunity if I run away, but I'm going to try it anyway.
Okay.
I'm going to go next to this fool. Is there an attack of opportunity?
There is, yes. He is going to swing at you with his scimitar. And does 4 points of damage. I think that hits you 17 to hit them.
Yes. So Aelia kind of winces as she goes past, getting this slash across the side. Now, this is more of a out of character question. If I was to try and throw this boy off the side of into the pit, how would I go about it?
I think it's do you mind?
Oh no, go for it. I think you're going to say the same thing.
Grapple, and then if you're successful, you're able to move them up to, I think, half movement. You can push them, move them.
Yep. And I would
Can I somehow include my back hooves in?
Yeah, I would give you advantage on that because your goal is to push him off, and you do have more leverage than he does. So,
Sweet.
if you're just trying to pin him, then I would say it's normal grapple rules. But if your goal is to kind of shove him off the edge, then
That is my goal. So I do a grapple, right?
Yeah.
And that's a strength check, or
I think it's just athletics. For
oh yes, you're right.
trying
And he
to do
gets
it.
the strength check to try and resist.
He gets athletics or acrobatics to resist.
Oof.
Yeah. Oof.
but I'm getting advantage.
Yes, so you got 16, and he got 4. So, so you trying to shove him? Just
I want to throw him into that pit right next to him.
Okay, so like all the way down into the molten stuff, or
Just the ledge below.
okay. So yes, he is now down on the ledge below.
Nice.
Let's see. I
And
wanna
then
see
with
what-
my bonus action, I'm going to switch to my one-handed, my spear to one hand, and grab my spear off my side, my shield off my side, so I get an armor class increase of 2.
Sorry, could you say that last bit again? I didn't catch it.
I've got my shield equipped now.
Okay.
I've changed to one-handed spear
Gotcha.
so that I can hold it,
Okay.
and that means I get an increase of 2 to my.
Nice.
And that's my turn.
Okie doke. Callisto.
I think I'm just going to be moving this turn.
Okay. Where would you like to move to?
I think that's 5, 10, 15. 20. I can move right about there. And I think that's pretty much. Well, I guess I could go after that guy. Yeah, I'll do my Thorn Whip on this guy.
Hang on one sec. Sorry, got the thing in the way. Which guy? Can you ping him again?
The one up next to Artemis and Dragonbait.
Okay. That hits. And he is dragged closer to you.
Yeah, it wasn't my original intention, but you know.
Okay.
And that's all.
Okay, doke.
Get over here.
City cries out again, kind of a big dwarven roar,
Excuse me.
and makes a run for this guy, and is going to swing at him with her hand axes again.
Chop, chop.
She misses with the first one, and the second one. Let me check. Oh, she just hits. So the first one kind of glances off his chain shirt, and the second one manages to find purchase. And
I'm assuming her warriors were covering the exit/entrance.
you not sure. You don't see them.
Okay.
Okay, and that's her move. Ulfgar.
I will stab attack with my sword. That good old S word.
Okay.
It's taking a second. There we go. Dice are rolling so slowly.
That just hits.
Yay.
For a moment, it feels like it's just going to roll off his armor, but
First attack for 7 damage. Piercing.
manages to stab him.
Second attack. Quad slow motion dice. 24.
Oh yeah. That hits.
And
Can you finish him? He doesn't have much life left.
5.
Not quite.
Excuse me. And then
Is he?
what?
His blood is kind of oozing from these punctures, and it's like his blood almost looks like it's molten iron as well, and it's blood, their blood.
Nice.
And he looks thoroughly run through, as if he has just the tiniest bit of life left.
Then for bonus action, I'll sound the horn and I'll grant it to Valia this time. There you go. So that's 2 inspirations out.
Okay.
And
Right. Oh, go.
that's
Sorry.
it for my turn. Sorry.
Okay. Artis is going to run up here, next to Aelia, and then Tobias.
So, I'm going to. help Ulfgar and swing with my short sword at this newt.
Yep, this fine, his eyes are kind of rolling. Like it's almost like he's having difficulty maintaining consciousness. He's
It's got like a half a hit point.
And I missed.
You have inspiration. You want to add an extra D8, but he does have a high AC.
He does have a high AC.
I'm going to take that roll. 1d8, alright?
Mm-hmm. Oh, nice.
Does it hit? No.
Nope. Nope.
No, I'm sorry.
Dagger as a bonus action?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
No!
It's almost like pity is
Okay,
stepping
I'm done.
sorry for himself. Like,
I'm done. I've been ashamed. I feel cheated. I feel betrayed.
Well, after the previous
It's
like
'cause you
implosion
did
with
so much damage with that first
Yeah.
guiding bolt.
I know.
Arokh. What's Arokh doing?
Arokh's going to continue slashing this one next to him.
Okay.
And he's going
He
to
looks
bite
about-
this time.
He looks about half dead. The guy in front of you. Got some
He's going to bite this time.
wounds.
Nope. Following by claw as bonus action.
Mm-hmm. He gets a big mouthful of chain shirt, but the claw is able to find the weak spot.
Yeah, 5 slashing.
Okay.
Slash.
Alright. He looks grievously wounded. Dragonbait. He is going to step up here and help out Sithi. So he takes his longsword and swings it, and as you guys have come to expect, whenever this longsword is kind of handed out, it deals out a swift death.
The one that Arokh just attacked, did he get the advantage on the creature? Because that creature's within 5 feet of me.
You know, even with the oh wait, hang on. Let me mark that one as dead. Let me go back here to 9. Oh, hang on. Where's Tobias? Tobias is okay. Yeah, the advantage would not have fixed that initial bite. Unfortunately, it would have missed. So the 12 would have missed.
It's
call,
fine.
Okay, so Dragonbait dispatches the one that Sithi was working on, and then Valia.
Okay, I guess I'm going to attack this one with the javelin first.
That hits.
It's a good hit.
Wrong one. That's not that it made a difference, but that's the...
Wait, sorry, which one? The one to the left or the right?
It's the bottom. Yeah, I'm gonna hit the one to this one here.
Okay. Yeah, he's dead.
Okay, and now I turn around and hit the other one with the javelin.
That hits. Okay. And he is also dead.
Okay. And then I'm going
Killing
to
spree.
move.
I've lost images of some of the people. I'm going to leave and rejoin the call for a moment.
Okay.
Okay.
I can get there, and I'm gonna hit this one. Is he? Did he get thrown down?
Yeah, so he is down about 5 feet lower than.
Perfect. I can reach him with my javelin, so I am going to. Actually, I can't. I'm unarmed damage. I did my 2 attacks. I'm just gonna yell at him in Draconic. You might want to stay down there because you're gonna die if you come back. And that's all I got.
There is kind of a look of fear in his eyes. He's watched like 5 of his friends just die quite quickly. So yeah, he's a little bit afraid. Okay. The rest of his friends, though, are going to all move up. So this guy is moving up to Artis. 10, 15, 20. This guy is gonna move up here. 15, 20. This guy is gonna just make it to here, and then his friends are gonna pile in as well. Actually, let's do those guys in a minute because they will be movement only. So okay, so first guy swinging at Artis.
Poor Artie.
And he misses with the first attack, and with the second. Like a little bit surprised by this guy.
So that's that guy.
What was that?
Is this guy?
Oh, hang on, I can't see because I got it. Yes, that guy. Yep. And then the guy to his right is going to also. Well, actually, let's do a quick. He's also going to attack Artis. And he hits with the first attack and also with the second. So Artis take
Dang.
some damage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then the guy that's in front of you, Aelia, is going to swing at you.
Sweet. Miss.
Oh, hang on. They get 2 attacks. I forgot.
And miss.
Alright, then the rest of them are all moving up. So this guy is gonna move like here-ish. This guy is gonna move here. Well, actually, because they're just using their movement, they're just all piling in.
Wow.
If only they had ranged weapons.
I'm just yelling out, God, put on some pants!
Nobody wants to see that.
Says the naked lizard lady.
Oh, actually, hang on 1 sec. Let me see the range on.
Dear God.
Okay, these guys that are moving in, they're actually going to move right in because
Jeez.
there's going to be some spitting going on in a minute. What's up?
No. They're forming square.
Gosh, there's a lot of them.
Anti-cavalry maneuver. They know what's coming.
Just like, take it. Everybody get within 5 feet of me, please.
Alright, 1 sec. Do a quick thing
Jeez.
over here. And then one more quick thing over here.
Holy crap, her counting was way off. Way off.
Yeah, I'm just like,
There are
hey,
some.
there's way more than like 2 or 3 in here.
I don't know. Some summarizes that. There are indeed some.
Oh my gosh. Roll 20, come on. Or my computer, come on. One of you. Vote out.
No, today I think I'm blaming it on Roll20. It's been acting really weird.
Well, I'm blaming my difficulties on Discord because when I left and came back, Yeah, no, I'm the spinny wheel. So.
Okay. All right. They're all sorted out. So then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we've got 4 of them. Wait, no. I already counted that guy.
See, even the
Okay, we've
DM
got
is
3 of
having
them
trouble.
who are
There's so
gonna
many.
spit at you guys. So one of them is going to spit at Artis. So Artis needs to make a dex saving throw. So go Artis, maybe. Yep. Okay. So, yeah, the fire newts, kind of the ones at the back of the pile, kind of just do this weird like thing with their mouth and throat, and then they just spit at Artis, this fiery globby mix. And Artis like, whoa, manages to dodge out of the way a little bit. It's so they're doing like the average. The 9 is like the average, I think. Oh well, not the average, but I can do like either the 2d8 or the 9 if I want everybody to have the same.
Gotcha.
So Artis takes he still gets kind of a little bit of damage from that, because he made his saving throw, but he's still taking 5 fire damage. Okay, and then Aelia and Valia, could you also make dex saving throws? Because these 2 folks are these 2 fire newts are spitting at you, 1 each. Okay.
Nice. Double nice.
Oh yeah. Okay, so you both made the throws, but you still take half damage. So I'm just gonna roll this together. So
Double fine.
oops, I think I need to put a space there, don't I? I do. Hit it. Ouch. So you both take 7 points of fire damage
Nice.
from these spit.
Ouch.
Luckily, they don't set you on fire.
Yay. It's a good thing we've got Meat Shield Artis up there.
Yeah. It's not his usual role, but
Holding him off with his dagger.
Alright, so back to you, Aelia.
Yeah, I'm going to jab at the one in front of me with my spear.
Go, spear.
Which I assume hits.
Yes, that does.
Oh, nice. And then as a bonus action, I'm going to spin around and kick him in.
Okay.
You get the advantage.
Except I get the advantage. So I got a
Yeah,
1
he's
and a
5 feet
20.
of me.
That's bizarre.
Nice.
Nice, though. That's pretty awesome. Okay, so he takes some serious hoof damage and a little bit of a stab with the spear as well. Okay.
And
Anyway,
that's
you would
my
want
turn.
to move, or are you sticking?
I guess I'm less of a meat shield, so I will disengage.
It's actually an action. You would have had to not attack to do so.
Oh, okay. Okay, never mind.
Okay. Alright,
That's my
Kellisto.
turn.
Can I attack on a diagonal?
Yes.
I'm gonna move up here and attack this guy
Ah,
with
okay.
my scimitar.
Okay.
I'm like shaking
Artis
my
is
head.
like, whoa!
Oh.
He's like dodging fire spits and scimitars. Seriously considering.
That wasn't very good.
That misses, unfortunately.
Darn wall.
I think That's it. My only bonus action is when I initiate my flame blade, which I feel probably would not be good for.
Maybe.
So that's my turn.
Okay. All right. Sithy. Is she's probably gonna. She's pretty excited. So she's gonna move up here and swing at this guy here. She's not really one to hold back. She hits him the first time and misses him the second time. So, first time, her first hit does 4 damage.
That enemy is actually in 5 feet of. I mean, yes, Aelia?
Yes.
I mean, Valia. Brain, come on.
Oh, is it the enemy or the?
Yes. And
So if she's hitting an enemy that's within 5 feet of you, she gets the advantage?
yes.
Nice. Okay, then the second one manages to hit as well. And she does an additional 2 points damage, and this guy's looking pretty worse for wear at this point. Okay. Ulfgar.
Ulfgar's at a bit of a loss at this point. He can't get in there to do another Fus Rodas. So, what else can he do?
Well, there's a 5-foot drop.
Yeah, it is a 15-foot cube after all. Well, is it just a 5-foot drop down to the next ledge?
It is.
So I suppose he could head over there, but then, yeah, he still wouldn't be able to get much. He wouldn't be able to pass through the guy that's down on the ledge below. So that still really wouldn't do much. I guess he will just move here and then down below. And just attack this guy that's on the level down, right in front of him with his with his sword.
Okay.
And stabby, stabby, go. That doesn't look good. No. Let's try stab number 2. That's better. And the damage, that looks good. 10 piercing.
Wow. Nice.
And actually, I forgot to mark off that I've given 2 inspirations so far. And he's going to do another inspiration for Kellisto. That wasn't... Wait, who is it that I gave it to? So, no, I don't think that was Kellisto. Was it?
No, I haven't gotten it.
Okay. So now you have it. And then I'm done with my turn.
Okay.
And for reference, there you go.
Okay, Artis is going to... he feels like he's getting surrounded a little bit here. So he's actually going to use... Use his action and disengage. And he's going to move back here. Okay, Tobias.
There's not much I could do from my position right now. Spells. I could feasibly immobilize them. But I would rather go next to Ulfgar. Hang on. Ulfgar is in the pit, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm kind of go and move right next to Aelia. And hang on, how far is it? It's 10 feet. They should be all right. What I wonder. It's wording blind. Second level spell.
What is?
Warding wind?
Wording wind.
Can't remember. Oh, look.
Because I don't remember if it was second or third level.
Oh, spells. Warding wind is second level.
Yeah, it's second level. Okay. Nice. Radius. Okay, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to cast Warding Wind. The radius are around myself.
Blows around you in 10 feet. Radius moves you. Follow. Deafens you and other creatures. Extinguishes unprotected flames. Difficult creature. Attack rolls. Pass in or out to the wind. Okay.
So I'm trying to protect everyone from the spits.
From the spits. Okay.
And you're also acting as an oscillating fan to cool us off in this hot environment.
Fair enough. I give you that. Fair enough.
All right. And how about Arokh?
Arokh is going to. It's high enough space right here.
Yeah.
So
It's
I would like him to go right above here-ish to fly. And he's going to use his brave weapon in cone,
okay.
like not shape, line, please. Behind and sort of move corner like this.
Okay. What's the?
That should be 20 feet.
Okay.
No, kind
Yeah.
of.
Look out, Sithy. I think.
With acid damage.
Okay.
Let me read that again. It's okay. It's 30-foot cone or 60-foot long line. Okay. Okay, do it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think he could get himself in a spot and then at an angle where
Yeah, that's doesn't count because they have to do the dex save. Will have damage.
dex save. I have damage. Okay, they're going to make a collective
Dex save.
dex save. They fail.
We are Borg.
Pretty much. Okay, so they take 3 acid damage. Yes.
Yeah, that's correct. A little bit.
Okay.
But will they adapt and survive? We shall see.
Hmm. And I think that also our dwarvish friend should make a dex save.
Ouch. Okay. Right. I'm going to apply all do Sithy's dex save. Oh, she fails as well.
Oops.
Shoot the hostage. Okay. I'm gonna lose track of who I've added the -2 in a minute if I don't keep going. But Dragonbait is next.
Next.
Onto them, and he's actually going to move up into Artus's spot and swing.
Swing
hang on
away.
a sec now. I did not get this guy. Boop. And did I get you? No, I did not get you either. You also take some acid damage. I think I got you. No. Wow,
I like how the acid is just like slowly spreading through the group.
Okay, that guy takes. Okay, I think I've got them all. Yep. Okay. All right. Then Dragonbait is going to swing away. Dragonbait. He's got his sword. He's going to miss. Oh. Okay. Valia.
Okay. I'm just yelling in Draconic at all of them, leave now or you're all gonna die like your friends. Not that they're listening to me, but I'm still gonna say it. And I'll just continue to attack this one in front.
I like how you say that as we're blocking the exit.
Yes.
Not our fault. Yes, that hits. The guy in front of you, is that?
Yes.
Okay, doke. Yeah, he takes a hefty. Are you biting him or javelin him?
I'm using my javelin.
Okay.
Simon's sure about biting these guys. Okay, he's not dead yet, so we're gonna do another one.
Yep, that hits as well. And he takes 2 massive punches with the javelin, but is somehow still clinging to life.
Oh crap. Can I use my luck with that as well?
With the attack roll, I think you can.
So that's 12. There's 18.
The roll replaces it, right?
Sorry?
Wait, hang on. So
Okay. I rolled a 10 to attack with my unarmed strike. And then I used inspiration. And then the 6 is my luck.
but the luck roll replaces your 10, right?
No.
The luck feat?
Oh, it does. I misread it, yeah. So, alright, we'll take the luck out then.
Okay.
Either way, excuse me, I don't end up hitting then.
Right. Okay. Almost.
Okay.
You almost won.
Almost. I'll get him next time. And Flippy's just kind of hanging in the back, just dancing around.
Okay.
And that's all I got.
So the fire newts, let's deal with this guy first, who is down by Ulfgar. He's going to swing at you twice with his scimitar, Ulfgar.
No.
What?
You're not supposed to fight back. No, that misses. Or bounces off the armor more accurately.
Okay. Then the one in front of you, Valia, he's swaying kind of wildly, trying to stay conscious, even though he's got massive blood loss and all this other fun stuff. So yes, that natural one is entirely appropriate. Yeah, those rolls are entirely appropriate for that guy's state of well-being. Then the one in front of Aelia is also going to swing and has perhaps a bit more success. I don't know with your +2 for your shield. Does that hit?
Yeah, that hits. It does. Yes. And that misses.
Misses on the second one. Okay, so that's that guy. This guy back.
She blocks it more accurately.
Parries with the. Well, it's not a parry. Is it a parry with a shield?
Nick, you can parry with a shield.
He parries with the shield. Anyway. He is missing Dragonbait with the first one, but I think he's getting him with the second one. Dragonbait, what's your AC? His AC, yeah, he just gets him with the second one. That was close. -4 to Dragonbait. Okay. And then this guy back here, he's got a slight opportunity to bring at Dragonbait as well. So he hits him that time, misses him the second time. So Dragonbait takes a tiny bit more damage from that attack. Then the other folks in the back, they have used up their spit. Well, some of them have. So they can't, but this guy is going to move up and he is going to spit at Dragonbait. So Dragonbait needs to make a dex save.
Mm-hmm.
And he fails, so he takes...
That's weird. The spit just happens and he makes a dex save? Because I was thinking of the wind wall that he had going on. Because that gives disadvantage to an attack, ranged attack.
To missile attack.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, it's 10 feet. That's true. Maybe I want to give Dragonbait advantage on his dex save then. Edit. Oh, okay. So he makes it, but he's still going to take a little bit of damage.
Oh, great DM, have pity on our party.
Wait, you guys have killed how many?
Not enough, because you're still
She's
rolling
like, my
so many
pantless
dice.
baby.
My little sock puppets.
My pantless sock puppets.
She's fighting us with an army of Fraggles. I mean, come on.
Why
Yes,
did you
that's
buy
what-
so many
That's what my
orange
husband
socks?
said a while ago. He saw them, he goes, they're Fraggles. I was like, oh my god, they are. Oh, I'm showing my age.
I want some Fire Newt socks now, actually. That'd be good. I'm gonna get some like googly eyes and stick them to a pair of orange socks. My Fire Newt socks. Okay, yeah, these guys are gonna try and move in a little bit, but there's really not very many places for them to go. However, from the door over here emerges.
Wait, over here? Where's over here?
Over from this door here emerges a somewhat interesting dude.
Is that the?
It's King Sock Puppet.
I was about to
Sock
say,
Puppet.
is that the Great Monkey King?
If you guys keep making fun of my sock puppets, they're gonna...
You just call them sock puppets.
Let's
see if we can zoom in on this guy here. Oh, whoa. He's like King Sock Puppet. Wow. He is decked out in like full plate and like some kind of weird bladed halberd looking thing.
Okay.
That's
and he
it.
is going to do some stuff.
No, doesn't need to. It's fine.
Not stuff.
Definitely stuff. Hang on 1 second. I just need to.
It's not his turn.
It's true. Except I can't spell. Because I can't quite remember this thing. So
Comes
I just
out, pulls out his pocket ballista. And...
How dare you kill my sock puppet army?
Harpoons 3 of you. Done.
Okay. So you see him taking on the very kind of classic magic user stance. He's, doing all this semantic element of his of a spell being cast. And he kind of rolls his hands around this area of air, and in the middle of this area, this glow begins, and then he says like the last part of it, of his spell, and 3 rays shoot forward from there.
Oh, Tobias, I hope your windscreen holds up.
Burning ray.
And
I expected fireball.
So he is going to, let's see, they get a ranged attack for each ray, but because of the wind wall, he's definitely going to have disadvantage. Right? Wind wall, let's go look at
Yeah,
that one more time.
totally.
Yeah, warning point. So any
Yeah.
ranged attack,
Yeah,
which is going
disadvantage.
in or out. So we also do have disadvantage if we're trying to hit.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
So, but let's do his. So he gets +4. So, 20 +4, and he's gonna do this 3 times. Actually, I should also decide. Oh, except he's got a disadvantage. Ugh. Right. So the first one. Does anybody have? Well, actually, let's see. Hang on. So, probably gonna go for like Dragonbait, Aelia, and Valia. Those are the 3 people at the front. So that one's gonna miss Dragonbait. So
That would miss me as well.
For Aelia. So he misses that one as well, and then for Valia. Yeah. So he was not expecting Morning Wind, and his the little scorching rays that issued forth from his spell just go wild. And are
Denied.
ineffective completely. Yes. Very much denied. And that is all they can do. Hang on though, because I need to mark this guy as he's done his spit. So no more spitting.
That's rude. Quit spitting.
Aelia.
Okay, I am going to reach into my saddlebags and pull out something which we recovered from a certain tomb, and I'm going to point it at them. Wand of Fear, and I'm going to use the cone version of it.
Ooh, okay.
Which I can't paste this into the game because it's in another tab, but I'll describe it. While holding the wand, you can use an action to expend 2 charges, causing the wand's tip to emit a 60-foot cone of amber light. Each creature in the cone must succeed on a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw or become frightened for 1 minute. While it is frightened in this way, a creature must spend its turns trying to move as far away from you as it can, and it can willingly move to a space within 30 feet of you. It also can't take reactions. For its action, it can only use a dash action to try and escape from an effect or that prevents it from moving. If it has nowhere it can move, then the creature can use a dodge action. At the end of its turns, a creature can repeat the saving throw, ending the effect on itself on a success. So, I already checked this, and it's only going to miss the sock puppet in front of Lyssa, but it's going to hit everyone else.
It's okay. He's almost dead anyway.
Okay. Let's see. 60 feet, right? You said?
Yeah, 60 feet. So
Yeah,
they even
so
reach
the
Mr.
guy-
Spellboy into that.
Yeah. Okay. So,
Got it.
Thank you.
I'm a little late, but I still got it.
All right. So then let's move from the guy right in front of you. Will spend his movement trying to run away from you. Okay, this is gonna cause
They
me-
have to make a wisdom saving throw. So
Yeah,
do
yeah.
you want to do
So they don't get any bonuses to their wisdom. So I'm going to start rolling d20s. I don't really want to do a collective one because I think that would misrepresent the mass chaos that this could cause. So I'm okay.
I'm liking where this is going.
Should I do the last part of my move first then?
Okay.
She's going to kick the sock puppet in front of her in the face.
Okay. Alright. Let's see what's a good fear icon so I can mark these guys. because it's their turn that they run away, right?
There's a screamy face one, I think.
Is there a screamy face one?
Yeah, you might have to scroll down.
The one in front of me takes 16.
We're gonna do like this. Okay.
Oh, there was one. A screamy face. There's a little guy with little, like, things around him.
Oh, that one dies, actually. so,
That's why I was wondering whether I should do that.
so he's really afraid, and then he dies.
He died from fear. Ah, okay.
Heart attack in front of you.
Don't kick
all right.
me!
Alright, so then...
Yeah, the hooves just reach his face, but don't actually connect, and then he's like, ah! And pop.
Poor guy. Dead before his time. Alright, we're going to move from left to right, starting in the row directly behind the dead
Ulfgar, you
guy.
may get friends down there.
This one there.
No, that one does not.
No,
Oh, okay.
that's
This one.
not in the card.
Okay,
That
that
is.
one fails.
Okay.
Oh, that one succeeds. And
Ah.
that one succeeds. Okay, so it's just this guy. Let me add the effect to him. Is it? Stop it, roll 20. Okay. I think it's my laptop. Right, so he is feared. Then the row behind, again from left to right. We are doing that guy. What's the DC again? 15?
Yes.
Okay, so
Yes.
he fails. Then his friend succeeds. Last one.
They're going to be, like, bumping into each other.
Ooh, okay. He meets the DC.
He
so
makes it then.
He makes it just about.
14 and lower.
Seems to be more effective on the left. Okay.
GM is also getting GM roll.
I know, right? Next row back. Oh, there we go.
I jinxed it. Haha.
Yep. The next row all completely fail. And if only there was a way to do this. It might be, and I just don't know it. So then we've just got the guy in the back and the Mr. Wizard dude. No, stop. Please.
It's the dynamic lighting. It slows everything down on the screen.
I know. Yeah. Anyway. Okay, so last two. Here we go. First, the normal dude fails. And then, Andrew, I need to check this guy. See if he has any... Nope. His wisdom is just as mediocre. Oh, but he's managed
Yeah?
to...
Wait a minute.
Okay, so it's just this guy. Yeah. Okay, so those folks are all feared and gonna run away next turn. Okay, so anything else you want to do?
Nah, wait, I do have a move action left, don't I?
You do? Oh, yeah.
No, there's one soft puppet.
Okay.
I would still have to do a disengage, so.
Alright, Callisto.
I am going to do nothing that grand and hit this guy with my.
His face has taken on this kind of twisted visage of fear, and his eyes are wide and he's looking panicked.
You have inspiration.
Yeah. What is that again?
1d8. I don't know that 15 would do it.
Yeah.
It is one shy.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and initiate my Flame Blade. I haven't tried that yet. We'll see what happens. Might actually heal them, but whatever.
Flame Blade, go!
Alright, that's my turn.
Healing all that acid damage.
Yeah.
Okay, so next round, then Flame Blade is up and running. Okay, Scythe is going to. She's kind of maddened, crazy, all that jazz. She's going to try and kind of push forward. I'm going to give her a disadvantage because she's basically standing on a dead body. But she's going to try and swing at that one with. Oh, that doesn't make any difference because she. Okay, that one she misses, but the first one she hit even with disadvantage.
She's a determined dwarf.
This is her heritage. She is taking it back. God damn it. Okay. Ulfgar.
I will continue with what I've been doing for a few turns now. That is stabbing the guy in front of me in hopes that I won't have to stab him much more. Hey!
Good plan.
That definitely stabs him.
It's just the 7, not the +3.
No, it's not. You get advantage 5 feet of.
Oh, you're right. I'm within
Vallen.
5 feet of our friendly barbarian friend. So
He
then,
is. Your finite friend is severely damaged.
well, I will take a second attack. Being the Valor Bard I am. And 16?
16 does hit.
Yay! Hey, come on. That's the rapier word. Come on. 11.
You know, a little bit of overkill there.
I stab him through the skull.
Wow.
We've just turned brutal on these
poor freckles. They had no idea that they was going to win.
And then Ulfgar moves up to here.
Okay.
And I don't know. I've got to look to see. Oh, is anybody looking like on our side that I'm aware of? I mean, I realize I can't see like. Oh, kitty! I can't see over here very well.
You can see a gash in Aelia's side. You can also see she's got some scorch marks.
Okay, then I would probably do a healing word on her at level 1, just to pass along some helping.
Okay.
Boop. And it's just level 1. Roll for.
Oh,
Nice.
Hey. Kitty approves.
Indeed. Kitty is not happy with the.
Yeah, he's just letting Kashcah know. He's not having any more of this.
Okay.
The GM should have won by.
And I'm done, by the way.
Okay. Artist. Let's see. Does he have? Hang on one second. He's going to take out a longbow, and he's going to attempt to shoot the one in front of City. I think.
Shoot her.
Yes. And yeah, he misses.
Better to miss the enemy than hit a friend, right?
These 120s are out of control.
Yeah.
Tobias.
Okay, the rewarding wind is still up. I have no advantage to use my guiding bolt now.
You can shut it off whenever you want.
No way. I'm going to step forward a little bit. Hang on. Can I stand on friendly spaces?
Yes, we can occupy the same spot.
Well, you can pass through them, but unless you're a smaller species or whatever, you're not allowed to stay at the same spot.
then.
You couldn't occupy the same space as Aelia.
Could, because I can be cavalry.
It's all special circumstances. Basically, if you mount something, then that's one way you can occupy the same space. Otherwise, like a halfling can occupy the same space as a medium creature.
I can just imagine Tobias being like, "Sorry, Aelia," climbing on her back.
Just passing through.
Yeah, but if Aelia allows me to do that,
Aelia would. She does
So
not
I'm-
care
yeah,
about
so-
friends.
yeah, I'm going to mount Aelia, and I do. Yeah, coincidentally, I have the mounted combatant, so I'm just photo face while mounted.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah, cavalry.
I think Arokh is going to get jealous.
Not necessarily. And I'm going to swing my short
Might be
sword
happy
at
for a break.
this one.
Oh, hang on. Sorry, I was just reading. Show me which one. Okay,
This
thank
one.
you. That hits.
That hits. And one more swing. as
Well, that
bonus.
one was the one that was mostly dead. So
Okay.
you've been mostly dead all day.
Okay, and I will dismount Aelia and stand on top of it.
Okay. It is gonna be kind of rough terrain, so you know. So
Yeah. I'm already making a rough terrain for everyone else around me. We've already whined, so yeah.
all right. How about Arokh?
Arokh, is that? I must remind myself what I gave him. He's going to tail slap the one in front of Tobias with tail slap.
Okay.
Nope.
Frag hole,
Yes.
tail
Okay.
slap defense.
Oh wait, no, never mind.
No, it's claw as a bonus action. Why claw is always hitting?
You need to do those in the reverse order.
Maybe. Yeah, it's slashing.
Okay. Claw rakes across his torso. Okay. Anything else for Arokh? Probably.
Yeah, probably is. I moved. I spent my action and bonus action. Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. All right. Dragonbait, seeing fear in the eyes of the fire new, going to swing at him with his mighty longsword. And he's
Come on,
going to
dragon bait.
be serious. Having a bad day.
Well, his buddy just almost shot him with an arrow, so.
Get the smell of brimstone from, from Dragonbait's direction.
I thought that was the general smell in the room.
Okay, Valia.
Can Flippy go first?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. That guy's dead. No, he's just gonna. He's just gonna hang. He's looking at Tobias like I was gonna kill him. I want to. Can I go down here and across to this guy? He's within my my range to get to him and hit him and still attack.
You'll have to take a climb action.
Make like can you make an athletics check? If you can do really well on that. Doesn't your javelin have reach?
Yeah, I can throw it, but sometimes it doesn't work that way. I'm better with melee, especially while I'm raging.
Here we go. 15. It's tricky because, like, if it was like all flat terrain, then I'd say you could make it there, right? But it's not flat terrain, and the trickiest part for me is that you've got this guy like directly in the path that you would probably take. So,
Yeah, I'll attempt to throw at him. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Okay.
Oh, at the main boss, I don't know the range of the javelin.
He's well within range for a javelin.
Yeah, okay.
Tobias, is your warding wind still?
Oh, yeah, I need to find out if that's still up.
Sorry.
Almost got
That's
it.
okay.
Almost
I
got the
totally
javelin
forgot,
tossed into the whirlwind.
Okay, well, can I at least make it to this guy to attack him?
Yeah, you could definitely do
Yeah.
that.
Okay, answering to your question, Kashcah, it's 10 minutes.
Oh, okay.
For the duration, and it moves with me. So.
Okay.
He's the eye of the storm.
I'm just sitting my token right beside this guy. I'm gonna attack him.
Okay. Yep.
Can I try luck with that roll?
So, I'm wondering if... wow.
That's a good use of luck.
And that's the first one.
Is that the... Hang on.
No, that doesn't have the... roll the damage.
Yeah, because you've got like one... Because you critical him.
So it'd be an extra d6 on top of that 10. Don't.
Okay. And then the next one...
Second one was 12, so I don't hit him with that.
Right.
And then my unarmed attack.
That hits.
And there we go.
Okay. Yeah, he has even more reason to be afraid. The stab with the javelin alone, he is just run through, like it pierces his chest. He just kind of coughs this glob of blood and clutches at it, and then the unarmed attack almost finishes him.
Okay. And that's all for me.
Okay. All right. The fire newts.
Chaos ensues.
They are all. I mean, a lot of them are going to run away.
Remember, buddy, you only get one reaction, everybody.
So this one, let's do this one first. So Valia, you get an attack of opportunity as the one that you were just hitting is going to try and run.
Nope.
So he makes a dash for it. Hang on.
He caught me off guard. I was like, "Whoa, hey!" Like swing my javelin like a fly swatter. Like.
So he's gonna use all his movement to get as far away from you as possible. So he's gonna kind of make it over there. Guy is so afraid. Wait, fine. Gonna be like down. Right. You just see like half of them just complete panic takes over them. They are very afraid. And they just run madly out of the area. And this guy back here spits at them as they go by. Cowards, he says in Draconic. Stand your ground. But they completely ignore him and keep running.
So that last one that you moved that was by Dragon Bait would provoke 3 attacks of opportunity.
Okay. Oh, one of them's from... I see. All right, Kellisto, do you want to swing at that guy as he's running away?
Sure do.
What weapon are you using?
Well, I did initiate my flame blade, so.
Dragonbait is also going to take a swing.
Oh.
That unfortunately misses. See if
Because it was fire. I knew I
Yay,
shouldn't have done
Dragon
that.
Bait.
Finally. Okay. Alright, so he takes 9.
Slash and dash.
9 damage. Flashing. Okay.
Takes 9 dashing damage.
Right. So that leaves the rest of our friends here. So this guy's gonna move up. And he's going to attack Dragon. 2 scimitars to the face. Fail. And a hit. So Dragonbite takes a bit of damage. And then the one next to him is going to attack Scythy. So again, 2 scimitars. That hits. And so does that. Scythy takes a couple of good swings from that guy.
Oh dear.
Scythy's looking a little worse for wear.
I was wondering how tough of a dwarf she was.
Well, she's not particularly well equipped. Alright, then this guy here is going to attack Tobias. So 2 swings from the tar towards Tobias. 1 misses.
Missed.
2.
Missed.
Okay, and let's see, anybody else left that needs to...
Need some killing.
Is Arokh in the air, right?
Yeah, Arokh is in there.
Okay. This might get really confusing, but this guy is going to hop down, and I'm going to put him here for now, but just know that he's underneath where Arokh is standing. And he's going to swing at you, Ulfgar.
Okie doke. Nope.
He misses.
Nope.
He's gonna be in for a surprise when a giant dragon sits on his head.
And then this guy back here, what's he going to do? He's just watched his Scorching Ray go horribly wrong. So I think he might try something.
Walk over here to Valia.
Bring your pretty face to my ox.
Alright, so he starts casting again.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the range? Okay, so he casts again. Again, he's doing this kind of swirly motion with his hand. Again, this glowing sphere. And you almost expect the same thing to happen again. But instead, the sphere actually kind of... Oh, sorry, let me start again. He does this swirling action with his hands again. And he's spitting these draconic, arcane words. And you expect a sphere to appear within his hands, but actually it doesn't. It appears here. Dead. Could somebody draw a little sphere for me? Space between.
I can't at the moment.
Pig stuff.
Darn autocorrect.
So he, and this sphere actually is going to harm anybody within 5 feet of it. So, those folks within 5 feet, could you make a dexterity saving throw?
No, I refuse.
So you made it.
Since you asked nicely. Right, is it the orange one or the golden one?
It is, the orange one is where the sphere is. The golden one, yeah, is kind of, I think, the radius of it.
Sorry, I'm back. So who died while I was gone? I see I'm in a circle effect.
Yeah.
Make a dexterity saving.
Yes.
Oh, that's no good.
Flaming sphere occupying that orange circle.
Oh, great. Okay, you said dexterity save.
Yep. I'm just trying to look at their spell DC.
Hui.
Probably be a good idea. Okay, so Ulfgar does not make it. Sorry. Cat issues.
Cat chews are very delicious.
But I think, Tobias, you meet the disease. I think you're okay.
So I'll be okay, right?
Hang on. Sorry. See, okay, so you take half damage for a successful saving throw, though, so you do still take damage. And
How much damage?
2d6, which I'm... So 3 damage for Tobias and Aelia, and 7 damage for Ulfgar.
Is Sithy gonna make a saving?
Hang on. Because that's sphere, right? That's sphere or cycle?
Sorry, say it again?
It's a circle or sphere?
It's a sphere. Yes.
Very, very hot sphere.
Yeah, but Ulfgar is shouldn't be covered because he's in the pit.
Nope, I'm gonna make him make it.
It was
Sithy takes damage.
Nice try.
And Sithy looks really bad. Point.
So take, what, 7 points of damage?
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming it's fire damage, of course.
Yep, you would be correct. That is a flaming sphere.
fireball it is.
Okay. I think that is everybody. All of the fire news. Okay. Aelia.
Aelia is going to reel back from the flaming sphere, like, arg, that hurt, you jerk. I am running out of steam. And she's going to cast Healing Word on
Sithy?
The dwarf
Sithy,
friend.
is that the name?
I think her name's Sithy.
Yeah.
Our dwarfy lady friend.
No, that's not what I wanted. Oh, I want to cast it.
Oh, nice.
There you go.
Yeah, Sithy looks back at you and gives a nod of approval, and kind of gleam comes back in her eye as she nice comes back. Vigor fills her face once more.
And I will change back to two-handed spear as my... And that's my turn.
Okay. Kellisto.
How is Dragon Bait doing?
He is He's got a couple of wounds on him, but he looks just almost like shrugging them off. Not really hurting that much.
Right, then I will just and Siffi's doing okay right now.
She's still still fairly hurt.
Well, I'll go ahead and do the healing word on her too. Again.
Okay. Okay. She so bolstered by this, she just kind of goes, "Rah!" Like,
Don't let the NPC die. We'll have to start over.
Yeah.
take on the world again.
Wait, is this suddenly an escort mission? What?
Cynthia's like, I don't need an escort.
And I tried to hit the newt nearest me, but I don't think that did.
That doesn't hit him, unfortunately.
Alright, I'm getting rid of this flame blade.
Well, there currently is a small tornado in the room. Perhaps you can use that to charge your lightning strike attack.
Oh no, I have to be outside.
Right. Cynthia's going to, with a roar of her newfound health, attack the guy in front of her with her hand out. And is she
I thought you said handbag. I'm like, oh, that's nice.
with her
Kindly GM, is that sphere still there?
the flaming one?
Uh-huh.
It certainly is. It certainly is.
Mm-hmm.
But Cynthia misses both times, unfortunately. She's got blood in her eyes.
I don't suppose she decided to move out of the way of the flaming sphere.
No.
Okay.
Back off from an enemy? Are you kidding?
I was meaning charge into her.
Ulfgar, it is your turn. Feel free to charge into an enemy.
Well, the path is blocked, but I will attempt to make space by thunder waving with Fusroda, and let's see if I can draw the shape, like so. And I will shout really loud at level 3. Let's see if I can actually bring up my character sheet. There it is.
I'm not sure how I feel about this.
Wow.
Okay, talk me into how you're doing.
If he has to use movement to climb up to do it, then he's doing it. So how's that?
Where is he going to climb up to, though?
It's just a 15-foot cube centered on where he's at.
How tall is Ulfgar?
Almost 5 feet.
And he's standing in a 5-foot pit.
Right. So, like I said, if he has
he could do a pull up on the ledge and shout out.
Yeah, if he has to use a little bit of movement to like do it, climb up a bit.
Haven't you ever been to a gym? Dudes do grunts on the pull barrel.
Okay.
Right.
Pummel. Alright.
And he's trying to push him back against the wall, hopefully. DC 15 Constitution save. Oh, that's much better damage as well.
They fail. So they get pushed, all three of these.
And they take 21 points of thunder damage.
10 feet?
Yep.
Okay, so they're gonna kind of
Get smushed against the wall.
back here. And they take... Wow.
Yeah. Much better than my first one.
Let's see if any of them have that many hit points. No, none of them do.
Well,
they are all dead.
Ulfgar moves up above and out of the range. Yeah, and out of the range of the fire newt that's right here. At least he just kind of climbs up and into friendly space and through. Probably, I don't know if he takes damage by moving, through the fire sphere space like this or not, but he would basically climb up.
You would
way,
also be prone to attack of opportunity from that.
Well, I never left his reach. He could still reach me at
okay.
any of those. And in fact, Ulfgar would probably move a little bit further up here. And then I don't think he's got too helpful of bonus actions besides inspiration at this point. Let's just do a quick double check. Which used another one of those. Come on, click. Thank you, roll 20. And yep, so he would just he can't do that. That's not a cantrip. Mage hand and prestidigitation won't do anything. So he's gonna do inspiration for Valia as his bonus action, and that's gonna be it.
Okay. Okay. Artist. Artist is going to move up. He's a bit hurt, so he's kind of holding back a bit, but Tobias.
I'm going to charge forwards.
Hang on one second.
I
need to read one thing about the flaming sphere. Okay, right. Okay, go on. Sorry, charging forwards.
Next ahead to Ulfgar, and I'm going to use the where is it? I have Wand of Web. I would like to tangle this gentleman right in front of me. this Newt caster.
Really, I'm regretting giving you guys toys.
I was about to say.
There's supposed to be a information. Not once.
That being said, on a critical fail, the wand will explode.
Yay! Free fireball spells.
One of that. One has 7 charges. I can use one action to discharge use one charge. The spell DC is 15. Okay.
Okay. Alright, so he needs to make a... Okay, hang on. Let me open up the web spell.
Here you go. Here's from the one.
Doesn't say what kind of save it has to do.
It says DC 15.
Yeah, it says just DC 15, so...
Yeah. So we're going to use the DC from the web spell. Okay, so he needs to make a dex save.
Go web.
Go web. Let's see. Here he is. Here's his mighty... his mighty dex save. So this gentleman is coated in a massive thick webbing. He is anchored to the floor basically by this webbing.
Yeet.
Yep. So let's see. So it's crossing from the wall of the wall that he's standing next to down to the floor, and he's just entrapped within it. So yeah, He looks like he's having fun.
Yeah, and that will be it for Tobias' turn.
And how about Arokh?
He's on
Arokh. He's going for this one last newt.
Okay. It's gonna
And
sit
he's,
on.
yeah, going to use the claw. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, he did the claw first.
And tail slap as second action.
Okay.
Yay!
Oh,
See, there
It
you go.
works.
You found
yeah,
you found your rhythm.
Okay. He hisses back at Arokh in pain. Thoroughly insulted by being slapped with a tail. I think that, hang on. Concentration checks. So this guy has his flaming spear up and running, right? So because he was hit with a thing, he needs to make a concentration check, right?
That's if he takes damage.
Oh yeah, so he can. Okay. Alright. Okay, dragon bait.
It's sticky and gross, but it's not unfocusing.
No. Yeah, yes, that makes sense. Moving up here as well. Valia.
I'm going to move up to the guy,
Here it comes.
and I'm going to, in Draconic, I'm going to ask, tell him, I can let you live, but you have to leave this place and give it back to the dwarf.
She's all just chatty Cathy in this battle. I have no idea what she's saying. Probably just all sorts of "I'm going to eat
Beats
you"
me.
and
Make either an intimidation or persuasion. Your choice.
Nope. Don't. Good girl.
They're both charisma based, and they were both 3, so.
Do it.
He is
Stuck fast.
he kind of spits back at you. Why would we trust the lizard folk?
Because I'm about to kill you if you don't.
He says, release me.
Not until you make an agreement.
One sec. He kind of like, while this is going on, I'm gonna break turn order for a moment. The fire newt that that Arokh was attacking kind of takes like a defensive stance, but will actually stop attacking while his kind of superior is in a bit of a parley with Valia. Would Arokh continue to attack him? And would any of the rest of kind of move to continue the fight?
Basically, he can take the dodge action, which gives disadvantage to any attackers.
Yeah, I want to know like what you guys. You've seen kind of Valia is entering a bit of a negotiation with this Warlock fire newt. So I guess I want to know: are you going to kind of respect negotiation, or are you going to?
I have no idea what she's. I have no idea what she's saying. She's just shouting at him right now.
because Valia isn't viciously ripping into him like she does with everything else, Aelia's gonna hold back.
It's a rare occasion.
It is true. You make a good point, Val.
Mhm.
You see Valia talking to him, but I don't think the rest, unless you speak Draconic, you have no idea what she said.
I don't, and I'm not in the habit of casting comprehend language in the middle of combat.
I think Arokh would be the only one, right? Does he speak? He should be
Yeah.
able to.
Yeah, he's.
So Tobias would know, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Mm-hmm. It's a fair point.
Was Tobias relaying to everybody, or?
So let's just kind of go around quick, because I don't think there's, so Tobias, would you continue fighting, or?
We can discard the turn order for the time being.
Okay. Aelia, how about you?
Because of Valia's surprise body language, she's
Sorry, I missed the last bit there.
gonna hold back because of Valia's strange.
Okay. Kellisto?
Valia not acting herself.
Okay. Kellisto?
I think it depends because I'm kind of at the back of the pack. So if I see everyone else kind of stop, I'll stop.
Okay. Ulfgar.
Is the fire sphere still up?
I think it is. And this one is still alive. This one last new.
Mhm.
Yeah, the fire sphere is still active. Yeah.
Until this fire sphere is gone or dropped, because Ulfgar is being pretty close there and seeing another spellcaster summon that and torch him with it. It's still being in place. He'd still be attacking. Specifically trying to stop the spellcaster from continuing with it, because it's currently burning Scythe.
And Scythe, Aelia and Kellisto, and Arokh would see as well. Scythe kind of comes barreling forward as well. She has no intention of stopping fighting, clearly. Artis and Dragonbait are much more neutral about it. Then I think what we need to do then. So Aelia, Callisto, Aelia, you're holding off. Callisto, you've kind of seen like some reactions from the rest of. What do you decide to?
Well, since the only people that have really stopped are artists and Dragonbait, who I kind of ignore what they do anyway, I'll probably start moving forward.
Okay. And so you're kind of moving.
Yeah, so I'll see that Valia is with the other guy, so I'll probably want to try to head to the other.
Okay. Aelia, do you want to move up at all during your turn this round?
No, she's gonna hang back a bit.
Okay.
So I put my token where I would go, or where I could move in the turn.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, the fire newts are kind of yeah, this guy takes the defensive stance. Yeah, you do see kind of in the opening here, you a lot of kind of movement of the other fire newts that are behind those doors. So Callisto, you move up. Scythe is basically just going to barrel past everybody, and being on a mission that she is, she continues to attack the guy that's in the webs. Although, she does. One hit. Let me make sure. Yes. Actually, this guy's not nearly as well armored as. So she does hit him with the hand axe. So, at which point, he, having held his action last turn, says to you, Valia, typical betrayer, and moves his flaming spear up to up to there.
He does have to make that concentration check.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah, because he did get attacked with the
I'm just yelling at it. I tried to save you, but you refused, so I guess you die.
So I think his concentration is actually a DC of 12. Because it's half the damage that he took, plus 10. I think. That's how it works.
Okay. He fails. Okay. So actually when he's smacked with that axe, flaming puffs out of it. Then okay. Ulfgar.
I've still got one just down below me. Who's taking a dodge action. I'm on the higher ground, so that would give me an advantage, and he's got disadvantage. So would that cancel each other out if I attack? No, seriously though, never mind. Don't bother, because Ulfgar's focus was entirely on the magic user to stop the flaming sphere, and she just did it. Okay, yeah. So he would then attack the fire newt that's right next to him instead.
Okay.
So I'll roll the dice and you tell me what happens. How's that? Because that's how it's supposed to go. He's gonna try stabbing with his rapier.
That misses.
And then he's gonna take his second attack.
That misses as well.
Okay. So then there you go.
Okay.
Those rolls made it very easy.
Artist is gonna hold his action. It's gonna kind of move up, to kind of back Valia up, but he's gonna Tobias.
I'm going to move around next to him, put a sword to his throat, and I'm gonna try to intimidate him. Are you going to leave? If no, you're going to leave anyway, one way or another.
Okay.
I hope he speaks common. Oh, wait, are you speaking in Draconic?
Yeah, I'm speaking in Draconic.
Mm.
So I should make an intimidation check.
Yes, please. Or persuasion. Well, intimidation probably. Got a sword too. Okay.
Oh well.
Here he replies, "You're going to kill me anyway, so just do it." Arokh.
Arokh is going to finish business with this last pest.
Okay.
And he's going to use a claw.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that crit.
Actually,
Oh, he's dead.
yep. It's at disadvantage, but still. Because he was taking the dodge action, right? You had said that the guy was just going defensive. Doesn't matter, he's dead.
Well,
Whatever. I'm shutting up now.
And he's going to back up with Tobias.
Okay.
Get him.
Okay. Dragonbait is also gonna kind of up here, doing his action as well. Valia.
I think all the newts are dead.
I look at him. I said, "This is your last and final chance. I won't hold back this time. You agreed to leave and leave this place to the doors who rightfully own it, or you're gonna die. Either way, this."
He looks at Scythe and says to you, Valia, she is going to kill me no matter what you say.
I can escort you out of here with your people if you leave now, but this is your last and final chance. And I hold my javelin up.
Okay, so you're holding your action. Or...
I'm holding it up to him, waiting for his response.
He says, we will leave peacefully if she will let us. And he's glaring at Scythe.
I will step between her and him. So I'm gonna be sitting on top of her right now. I'm going to tell everybody stop, and I'm gonna tell Scythe, they're willing to leave, but you have to let them leave. I will escort them out. And I look at the Warlock and I tell them, you cannot bother them ever again. If you attack them, I'll come back and personally kill you.
Okay.
My action, if she tries to attack, I'm gonna try to disarm her. Just basically batting the axe.
Okay. Alright. So for his turn, he doesn't take any aggressive action, but he does try. He is going to try and going to basically make a strength check to see if he can break free of. Is it strength? It is strength, right? To break webbing.
Yeah.
Yeah, strength check. Break free of the webbing. So it's kind of pitiful as you watch him kind of disgraced and struggling with this webbing as he's trying to be evicted from his home and yet he cannot get out because he's stuck fast. However, from this door over here, you see cautiously creeping out some other fire. Their demeanor is not aggressive, but highly suspicious and kind of taking great care. Naturally, over. So those guys appear in the doorway. And Aelia, what would you like to do? I think we might have lost her.
Maybe.
So then let's move to Kellisto. Kellisto, how about you?
Well, I stopped heading towards the newts because I heard Valia say to stop. So I kind of look at her. I'm like, so were we escorting them out? Kind of like what's going on? Because I can't understand Draconian, so I didn't no idea what's going on. Like, what's going on?
Okay. So you're just kind of holding there.
Yeah, and I'm just like, what's going on? To like, should I continue attacking? I kind of say that out loud to whoever's around me.
Valia, do you want to give a
Uh,
response?
yeah, I tell Kellisto, I said, trying to negotiate so nobody else has to die. You know, I look at Cynthia and I tell her they're willing to leave and leave you your home. Do not kill them. I will intervene.
Okay. Callisto, do you want to take any action based off of
No, I'm just gonna be like standing there, kind of like in between the newts that were coming, because I was going after them originally, and so I'm just gonna hold like in a defensive stance towards them, but not.
Okay. Right. Cynthia, Cynthia lets out like a roar, and lunges towards the webbed warlock. So I think probably the best way to do this is, are there specific rules for charming?
It's an ability that you have to have typically. Otherwise, there
So-
not any.
I think
Yeah.
probably the best way to do this then is a grapple between you two. What do you think? Is that all right for you, Lyssa?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So she lunges towards webbed fire newt and is it's you're able to overpower her in her attack. So she kind of goes to swing at him, and you grab onto her arm, and you have her kind of like her arms now grabbed and overpowered.
I just tell her, listen, you know, there's got to be some kind of negotiation. You lost your home. They're fixing to lose their home. We've got to come to some kind of agreement. And I look at the warlock and I say, are you willing to negotiate on some kind of agreement so nobody's out of a home?
He says, still struggling with the web, what choice do I have?
I look at her and I tell her the same thing. I said, you know what it feels like to be out of a home. Even though they weren't originally here, this has been their home for however long it has been. You know what it feels like. Don't make them feel the same way. There's got to be some kind of negotiation, you guys.
Make a persuasion for trying to talk Cynthia into this.
Persuasion's weak today. Can I use luck on that? My last one.
Oh no!
I know, right? No.
I thought luck was attack or saves. I might be wrong. I don't know.
Ability or saving or attack. So that's fine.
Yeah, we don't even know anymore.
At this point, I'm just like grasping at straws, trying to come to some kind of negotiation.
I'd like to try and do an insight on this arcane user, whether he might keep his word if he does actually go along with this.
Okay.
But for some reason, I closed my character sheet, so let me reopen that.
You feel like he's pretty convinced that he is kind of cornered, like he doesn't have any choice but to leave.
Right, and okay, so I don't really get any beat on whether or not he might hold to not re-attacking dwarves.
Oh, you mean like in the future?
Yeah, I was meaning like is obviously we've got him cornered. I was just trying to figure out if he's actually going to not just come back to the attack and just to get out of this for now, or.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's really tough to say.
Okay.
I would agree that you're not able to get in kind of a feeling of whether he would or not. Okay. So City kind of, her arms go like limp in your hands, clutching onto her arms while she was trying to get to this guy, and she just kind of goes limp in your hands and says, let him leave.
Okay. I look at the Warlock and I said, she's agreed to let you guys leave unharmed. No more death. You and your people can go. But do not come back here or she will kill you, and you know she will. And if we happen to come back and find out you attacked them, I will, as I said, I will personally come and kill you myself.
So you hear like a bunch of like whispering in a different language from the group over by the door, and he says, we agree.
Okay. I look at her and I said, they've agreed. They're leaving. I said, you can have your stuff, but your forge back and everything. But it's obvious they need to be around some sort of, lava fire source.
They've got a town they live in just down the Ashen Path. That's where they came from.
I'm trying to negotiate something between the two here. And I look around. Does it look like they, what the work that they're doing, like they do decent armor? I mean, obviously looking at their armors and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, they've clearly been using the... They seem to have some skill.
Okay. I look at her and I said, there's not many of you left, right? Isn't that what she told us earlier in the mountain? There's not many of them left, just them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I asked her, I said, if I can make some kind of negotiation, would you be willing to let them work here and help you?
She looks at you like it's the most disgusting idea she's ever heard.
Yeah, I figured as much. And I look at the Warlock.
I'm gonna die.
Yeah, I look at the Warlock and I explain to him basically the same thing. Would you be willing to work with them but live in your village? I know they're both disgusted at the thought, but...
He just laughs.
So I just shrugged my shoulders. I said, I tried, and I tell both of them, I tried. I guess, fire newts, you go back to your town and find somewhere else to live. Dwarves get to stay. So I tell them I can help you out of that. And I asked Tobias, can you help me get him free?
So unless anybody is going to pull any kind of shifty stuff, please let me know if you want to kind of stab them in the back on the way out.
You mean like wait for the entire party to group up and walk past me slowly while I thunderwave them at maximum level again?
Into the hot molten lava.
Yeah.
No. I wouldn't do that.
Then well, if you would like to do any kind of fighting action, shall I say, then please let me know. Otherwise, I think we can dispense with the turn order stuff for now. So I'm going to get rid of that for now. But please let me know if you do want to do anything. It's certainly easy to
I asked Ulfgar if he can help me get this guy clean of the webs, and I tell Sithi they're leaving. They're gonna go live back in their town. You should have no more trouble with them, because I told him I would come back personally, kill him.
Okay.
Well, Ulfgar says, you just cut him free, and he'd walk off to the side to get out of the way, but he'd kind of hide himself so that he could cast a spell of Major Image and make it look like where he's at right now. A whole bunch of other albino-like dwarves are all grouped up with him, just watching, to make it look like their numbers are actually greater.
Okay. Right. Are you hiding the fact that you're casting a spell?
Yes,
Or...
I don't want the arcane guy to know that I'm casting a spell.
Okay. Make a... well, does it have verbal and semantic?
Let's find out. I'm pretty sure it does. Hold on, gotta scroll to the side. Oops. Can I cast this in a different... Oh, brother. It has verbal, semantic, and material. So I've got to use a little bit of fleece. I gotta hang on to some fleece and say something and move my hands. So I will basically be kind of facing over in this direction, trying to muffle myself. I'll have my back turned to him while I do it. And I'll try and make it look like I'm calling for the rest of the dwarves, in a way.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And he gets, what is it that he gets to make? If he studies them, he gets to make, is it?
Shoot, I just closed my character sheet again. Doggone it. Hold on a second. Let's see if I can actually click it, submit. I don't know if that actually put something in chat. There you go.
Okay, use as an action, human solution against successful intelligence investigation. Okay. Alright, he has a negative to this, so I don't think it's going to go well for him, but he is kind of like, where did these dwarves come from? -1. Yeah, so he's somewhat convinced that there's a bunch of dwarves appeared. Okay, so Sithi kind of stands down and moves away to kind of clear the path a little bit. And you see the rest of the so she kind of like backs up a bit. And you see the rest of the fire newts, once you've been able to cut the warlock free, he kind of beckons to the rest of his friends. And they all kind of slowly make their way out. It does take a little longer than expected because there are some who are a bit further away, than the adjacent rooms. They're often kind of other chambers. Actually, let me just look and see. I just need to see how they're going to be able to.
Guys, like, buy experience points.
Okay.
Remember, in D&D, you don't have to kill something to get XP for it.
Not all murdering. Okay, but so the rest of them kind of everybody eventually filters out, right? All the it does take some coaxing as well because some of them are still under the effects of fear for a little bit, so that needs to wear off. And then, but after a fashion, the fire newts are put out. Are you going to allow them to take things?
Ulfgar would probably try to ensure that they don't. He'd allow them to keep what armaments they might have.
Okay.
But if it looks like it might be Dwarven, he'll raise an objection.
Okay.
I'll tell the warlock leader basically the same. Take your resources and what armor you have and tools that you have.
Okay. You do, so there is, in the room where the door is open, you can kind of see into a bit. There's a number of kind of weapons racks and armor stand, and so I don't know, and there are fire newts in that room. I'm currently kind of tinkering with those. I would say you can see them moving around in there. There are kind of some crates and weapons racks and whatnot. So I don't know, anything you wanna do while escorting those guys out, or are you gonna just let them kind of move through the room?
I'm gonna let them move through the room, and I'm gonna tell them, remember what the negotiation was. If you attack these people, you're all going.
Ulfgar called a Scythe to make sure that they don't take anything that doesn't belong to them. I'm pretty sure she'd already be on that, but he's going to stay where he's at with his group of imaginary dwarves.
Yeah, Scythe kind of makes her way over to the doorway into that armory, and is keeping an eye on the fire newts as they exit. They actually don't seem to be particularly interested in the dwarven make stuff, so they're okay with that. So yeah, it probably takes you best part of like an hour or more to get everybody out get all of the fire newts out of the remaining rooms, and especially because they would want to really kind of take their dead with them as well. They're not just going to leave them behind, so they would want to kind of take those dead with them. And, so after about an hour or two, eventually they all exit the forge.
My dwarven cohorts expire after 10 minutes, so I would have made it look like they wandered off into the shadows or something.
Okay. And Scythe's three companions will join in the smeltery as well, the smelter room. So yeah, the forge has been cleared, basically. So actually, I'm going to take a moment. They're quite distracting. I don't know about anybody, but take a moment to clear these fire tokens out of here, and then we kind of talk about what you want to do.
About how many may have left?
So there were the 6 that you saw there, plus the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that Tobias had feared. Oh wait, no, sorry. Aelia had feared. So there are about a dozen.
Okay.
So, what would you like to do? Scythe and her companions seem to be just going around checking the forge and everything.
Probably
thoroughly examining everything.
Yeah, I'd probably be doing the same, just to make sure things are, as they should be, and they didn't leave any surprises, and stuff's intact, that they're gone, and
So you're going to be kind of going room to room?
I guess so, but I'd be hanging around with Scythe, more or less. making sure that she and her crew are okay and everything is well hunky dory.
Okay. What about everybody else?
I'm just kind of looking around.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking around, and if I don't really see anything of interest, so I'm just kind of like, so, are we done? Can we go? Why did we do? I actually forgot why we helped these people in the first place.
Well, we were hoping to create or meet up with a friendly town here, and instead we ran into this small group, and they were on a mission to retake the forge.
Well, I'm assuming it's kind of late, right? In the day?
Well,
After doing all
we
this?
attacked first thing at dawn, and it's been a few hours, she said, so I'd say it's probably midday would be my guess.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then I'll forage around and see if there's any food anywhere.
And I'd see if there's any Dwarven make goods that I might be able to make good of, and that her friends might be able to make good of, more so, because I have a feeling that they're going to need it.
My character feels very uncomfortable in this rock environment. There's no trees and ground.
Okay. Tobias, how about you?
Oh, it looks like he went AFK for a moment.
Oh, sorry.
He's a little off screen there. I think his bird started acting up.
Oh, okay.
Sort of like our cat.
Yeah. How long is the day for that? Okay. So we'll come back to Tobias in a sec. Let's see, for foodstuffs, let's start there. Sorry, one sec. Yeah. There are stores. Actually, maybe what I can, Kellisto, who I'm going to
Sorry.
bring you through over here. There are stores in the. Let me take away the doors here. So when you open up these 4 sites, well, can I do this, please? You see in there all kinds of foodstuffs and everything. This is where they kind of are holding on to all their storage, if you will. And I'm just going to open up all the doors. So you could definitely find something.
So it's in this way?
Oh, I've lost where you went. Oh, sorry, like in here. So this should be like 1, 2. Did that? Sorry, did that? Oh, see these
Still
doors
black.
to the sides? It's still black. What the hell?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I think it's because she doesn't have her vision turned on.
No, hang on 1 second. Alright, I'm just gonna adjust the settings on this page because I'm tired of fighting with it.
And suddenly you find the light switch. Hey,
that's better.
1/4 of the place just lit up.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to search around in here.
Okay. In those 4 rooms. Okay,
Yes.
so those are the kind of store chambers. So they stored supplies of every kind in there, from food to leather aprons, protective goggles, parchment and ink. The fire newts have kind of looted a lot of it, but there are still some bits and pieces kind of left strewn about. They do seem to, it seems like the fire are sleeping in here as well. So they've taken like a bunch of the old dwarven clothing and gloves and other bits and bobs, like insulated stuff that dwarves were using to protect themselves from the lava, and they've made little kind of sleeping nests in there. But it does smell particularly horrid, actually. It smells like a mixture of like burning hair and burning rubber, and just like I think the fire newt sleeping on this stuff was creating quite the odor. So yeah, they're see. Yep, okay. So that's kind of those. You do find some little bits and pieces, nothing of any particular value, and a lot of it is kind of fire damage from the newts having slept on for quite a while. You could find some food though, if you really
Okay.
want.
Sure, I'll find some food. How do I find food? What do I have to check?
Do a investigation check. Let's see how much. Okay, so you find just a little bit of food. You find some like bread, some alder bread. Yeah, not too much else. There's not too much to find in there.
Is it lamnas bread? By the way, I can see everything in this large square here.
Okay, yeah, I think I left Fog of War enabled. Oh.
Okay. Just because
so
I can see this.
Ah, yeah, okay. Thank you. I will fix that. Boop. They're actually not there, so that's fine. I just moved them off. Okay. So Ulfgar, you said you were looking for dwarven make stuff?
Yeah. Number one, I wanted to make sure that these four were outfitted proper. And number two, if there was extra stuff that I might make use of, then I might make use of it.
Okay. So in this armory room, there is definitely dwarven make good, right? You find you find 6 of each of the following: battle axes, great axes, mauls, morning stars, picks, warhammers, heavy crossbows, a whole slew of crossbow bolts, and on the armor stands are 4 suits of dwarven half plate.
Really? Are how many suits?
4.
4, of course. Is there any difference between... Is it just dwarf-sized half plate, really?
Yes.
Okay. So... That was a lot of things. I couldn't write them all down that fast, so I just stopped. But...
Well,
so
Sithy would say to you, if you want, you can take 1 weapon each.
He'd probably take a crossbow and a bunch of bolts.
Okay.
Because his short bow is a goblin short bow, and he's down to 5 arrows. So.
Okay. All right. And Tobias, what about you? What are you up to?
You said it was only battle axes and axes. I could use new short sword though.
So when you enter this room, actually, like when you go in here, this armory, you hear well, you've experienced this before actually. Somebody speaking to you telepathically. And the voice in your head says, I am the one for you. And you are inexplicably drawn to one particular short sword that is hanging on one of these weapons racks.
Sweet. You've got a new pet. Or will it have a new pet?
Do you want to pick up the short sword?
I would like to take a deep look at it.
Okay. It is it is the blade of the sword itself is jet black.
Neat.
And the pommel is actually in the shape of a skull.
Extra neat.
It says, pick me up. It says, together we can do great work.
I would like to ask our dwarven friend, because this forge belongs to her. What I would like to ask her about the sword.
Sithy says, this doesn't belong to any dwarf I know of.
Was it forged here?
No, this definitely isn't dwarven work.
Do you recognize what kind of work is this? Is in fire news or?
She says, I don't even recognize the material that it's made of, which for a dwarf to say that is almost disgraceful.
I look at Tobias. I said, what does it look like?
Yeah, I'm pointing to this black skull-capped sword.
I look at the sword. I'm just like staring at it over the table.
It looks, the blade is like, is jet black. Yeah, it's as I described to you. To buy.
Oh, it looks cool. I was like, look at it. I just reach over and flip the skull handle. Just flip it over.
Are you flipping it kind of off the weapon rack?
Yeah, I'm just kind of. I want to pick it up. Is there a table in the middle? I like a table in the middle.
There is. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick it up and just put it on the table. Well, carry it over to the table. I'm gonna say, let's look at it a little closer.
Okay.
It's like, is there any inscriptions or anything on it? I just like flipping it over, looking at it.
We'll make a perception check. You see, the only thing that you spot that you didn't notice before is that in the skull on the pommel, in the eye sockets of the skull, are two dark gems. They're quite small, but that's probably the only thing that you see this time that you hadn't spotted before.
I pick it up and look at it real closer. I'm like, there's two weird looking gems in here.
And Tobias, you hear the voice again saying, together, we can achieve so much together.
I just hold it out. I'm like, well, it looks like it'd be a good warlock sword. I mean, look at it. Skull, eye, weird looking eyes, black. I don't know. So maybe you should hold on to it.
I think it'd be perfect for Arokh.
He doesn't have hands.
He can hold it with his
Okay,
tail.
I'll take it, but I'm not using it for now. He'll be hanging in my pack for the time being.
So, as you pick it up, the voice says, "Yes, yes," and I would like you to roll a d20. That is a very interesting roll.
Yes, it
And
is.
I will tell you the result of that roll.
Yeah, I have 30 seconds to live.
I don't know. I think your alignment might change just a little bit.
I think the rest of us have 30 seconds to live is more like it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to leave it there. We will find out more about this blade, maybe, next time. And yeah, thank you, everyone, for
Mistakes were made.
You say mistakes. I don't know.
You could have just told me to put it in my bag. I mean,
You got too much crap in your bag.
Yeah, you've
I have the bag of holding, so
Got too much.
you've held it in your hand, so that's and nothing happened.
yeah, he's like, nothing happened to her. It's fine.
Yeah,
Right.
that's fine.
Right. It lives to change alignments. Obviously, she's already evil, so you know.
Hey, I let people live today, okay? I could have eaten all the fire newts. It would have been a fire newt buffet.
But they were evil too.
No, but they were pantless. It was pretty gross.
You just have too much in common with them, that's all. All right. Well, thanks everybody for coming out. Once again, don't be afraid to check out the channels in the descriptions and stuff below. And we'll see y'all next time. So, bye.
Bye.
Bye.